a logo and had the R in pantry, like having fallen off the word, so it's lying on the ground.
Oh my god.
I think with what you're planning, I'd be more worried about not waking up with nightmares and demons and bringing other problems upon yourself in the future.
Oh, I can handle it, Jimbo.
I mean, this is kind of getting, Victoria-esque, right? A little bit like, but what about, the stadia hairs of a theodolite just right on the panty, right there? Maybe front and back. Maybe front and back. I don't know.
Oh man.
Well, hang on, why don't we incorporate a scratch and sniff in it?
Oh god. Oh shit.
This is gonna go viral. It has to. Yeah, this is awesome.
I'll meet you at the horizon.
My stomach hurts.
Is it vertical or horizontal?
Oh my god. I can't think of any.
This is all Cadet's fault.
Ranty, you're bad. Now my mind is just flowing with like all these panty ideas. What the hell? What the hell's going on?
Oh man. He said scratch and sniff.
It might be you could send them to all the Globers.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, and the scratch and sniff would actually be instructions.
Keep them on for a few days. Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, this is what you do with this thing, scratch and sniff. There you go.
I'm glad this is Brandon's on Brandon's new stream. Can I share my screen? I've got a video I want to show you.
Hell yeah.
No. No. No.
That's good.
Not UFOs, I hope.
It's definitely something.
Sasquatch.
Hey, I've caught something strange on video.
Have you?
Yes, I have. I can show it. I think I actually have it on my channel now. The problem is when you upload something, to YouTube and your channel's not very big yet, they cut the resolution on it. So if you actually have a video you were going to show, if you weren't just joking, then it might take me a second to find it. I have it on my Google Drive, so I think I can play it full resolution from there. But so I had just got home and I get out of the car and I'm just looking at the clouds. I look at the clouds all the time anyway, 'cause I record storms and things. And I saw these two things above the clouds, like off in the distance, like, a few miles away, probably a couple of miles, I don't know. And they were just sort of randomly zipping back and forth above this cloud. And so I'm watching, I'm like, what the heck is that? And I didn't have anything to record with. I had my iPhone. I guess I didn't think to record them. Or maybe it didn't pick it up. I don't remember what happened. So one of them stops and then it comes over towards like where I'm at. And it's directly above my head. And then like 30 seconds later, maybe the other one stops moving around. It's like something looking for something on top of the clouds or playing almost. It's like the only way I can describe the behavior of it. So then the other one stops moving around and it follows. And then it's right above me. And they lock position. Keep their distance from each other. It was above the chemtrails. So like that's how high up it was. So I can't tell, how far apart they were from each other. But I got it on video on my iPhone, and it looks like it's in the middle of the day and it's really bright, but it looks like stars in the sky, like Venus. You know, it's really, really, really bright. Or you see an airplane incoming. It was like that. And there's two of them.
Is this the same one that
you cut out a little bit? But it's probably the one I have. If it's uploaded or if I've showed it to you before, when it's on YouTube, it's really hard to see.
Yeah, I was just saying that I think Brandon showed it last week.
Oh, you showed my UFO video thing?
If he's here, yeah, he did.
Okay, well, there you go. If you didn't see it, I'll just get the Google link and put it in the chat or something later on the Discord page. Right.
Sure, sounds good.
I've seen them 3 times now. That was actually the second time. The first time it was just one, and it was not going anywhere. But the sky was clear and it was bright. It was like 12:30 in the afternoon, like during the summer. You know, it was really bright outside, and there was just a little cloud here and there, like, but hardly any. And it was kind of hanging out next to this cloud, and it didn't go anywhere. But it's like they're obviously observing me, you know, or whoever's looking at them, you know. It might not have been me at that first moment, but it was very obvious that they were interacting or observing me. I don't know if it was some kind of technology, but when I stopped recording, I watched them for like 10 minutes. When I stopped recording, I went inside and got my binoculars. And it was crazy what they looked like. They weren't flashing at all or made of light. It was like 2 big, like tennis balls almost that were gigantic, like the size of cars, you know. Each one was like 2, and that was rotating and spinning around itself. It was almost like a gyroscopic looking, like a chaotic gyroscope made of 2 tennis balls. And so the motion of it going, you know, up and over itself and sideways made it look wider and thinner at moments, and that's what gave it a flickering effect.
How weird.
Yeah.
I was asking, like the area, a area where text clouds get affected.
Yeah, you cut out pretty bad there.
It's a crack, man.
I don't know, but when you said that, it was fine.
Okay, so now is it okay?
It is a little better, yeah.
I was just going to ask, is it the same area that you were talking about where the clouds like get in a vortex?
Yeah, not too far from that spot. Maybe a mile and a half from there. Maybe a mile.
I love how Cadet says, yeah, I filmed something weird once. And then she describes it, and it is crazy effing weird, ridiculous amount of detail. But she talks about it like, oh, yeah, I had breakfast this morning. You know,
saw some
weird black gyroscopic, weird black gyroscopic tennis balls, 5,000 feet in the air observing me. Yeah, it's a bit weird.
Well, I wasn't the only one that could see them, thank goodness. And it's on video, so obviously it wasn't all in my head. At least I can say that.
It's weird how many people have these encounters, though, you know, and they don't come forward, or they don't say anything, or they haven't got a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, your story. You know, how good with the footage was it that you got?
You can tell. You can see them there. And they look just like, you can tell it's bright daylight, sunny, and it looks like twinkling stars. I did not capture them coming toward me from where they were before that. I had just pulled in the driveway and I wasn't able, like, I was scrambling to get, you know, all of this done. And, but I mean, I had quite a few minutes of observing them. I think the video I posted is only a clip. Maybe it's just like the best part where you can see them the clearest. The chemtrails were so thick that day, and they were spraying more. So the more they sprayed, the less I could see it. And eventually, they could have still been there. I just couldn't see them anymore because it was so hazy. But then about a week later, I went to the park, And I look up, and it was funny because I was thinking, I bet I could see another one of those things. I look up and there's one there. It was like, I don't know. It was like I didn't have a sense that it was there, but it was like that moment that I had that thought. You know, I look up and there's another one there, and they're always by the clouds. It's like they're kind of hiding almost. So I don't know what you would even call it. You know, some people think it's some sort of technology like observation. Some people think it's entities. Who knows? But it's not metal. It's not made of light. It's just this insane, it's like plasma looking, like liquid plasma you would expect. But so the third time, I look up and I see the one in the sky. It's next to a cloud again, and it's stationary. And I get my phone out to record it. I didn't have a P900 yet. I got it shortly after that. I get my phone out to record it, and my son calls me and it interrupts the camera. And I'm like, I gotta go, you know? And then so I hung up and I go to record it, and it takes off. It flies away. And so I'm actually like at this point thinking, okay, this is an intelligent thing. I can't yell at it, but I'm trying to think at it. Like, so what do you want? Kind of like, are you looking at me? You know, and it just kept going. It went faster. Like when you watch an airplane at a really high altitude, it takes, a minute for it to get across the sky. It was maybe not that high up, but it went faster than an airplane could get across the sky. But not like on TV when they show you something like warp speed. It wasn't like that. But yeah, so I've seen vividly, like clearly, I've seen them 3 times. There's been another time where I thought I might have been seeing another one, but it was so hazy, I wasn't sure.
See, I'm totally with you about the physics-defying black gyroscopic hovering observation devices. I'm with you all the way, but you start to, if you think they're spraying chemtrails, then you lost me. I think you're a crackpot. That was a joke.
I'm like, oh my god.
I got it.
That was a joke. Sorry,
Yeah.
guys.
You never know, because I mean, people.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I didn't deliver it. I didn't deliver it very well.
You did, the drama compared to the hardly drama. I got it. I picked up on your subtlety, but then I got a little worried.
I love you because of the UFOs, but when you mentioned chemtrails, now you're fucked up.
Now
I know you're a crackpot. Yeah.
Yeah.
But keep talking about UFOs because I love that. Yeah.
Well, I don't have any more UFO stories. There was this one time I was standing in a parking lot. I just got done pumping gas, and I don't know. This must have been balloons or something. But I look up and there's these 2 black balloons. I'm calling them balloons. But they're like the size of helicopters. And they're probably only 300 feet off the ground. And I'm like, what is that to this lady who's pumping her gas? And she looks at me like I'm freaking insane. She won't even turn her head to look. And then she goes, oh, yeah, okay. I'm like, and I watched it kind of drift off and it went up to the clouds. I figure it was probably huge, massive balloons the size I have never seen in my life. But they were black. So I couldn't see a string or anything. I think that might have been before I ever saw the UFO things. But that's all I have. That's all my stories. I can't help you any further.
Have you seen any of Crow 7?
Crow 777? Not on that topic.
Yeah, he has some at chemtrails and flying in and out.
You know what? I have videos of those too. And I sort of kind of feel like it's too iffy in my mind. I've taken a lot of footage of chemtrails and those little white dots that fly, but the things I saw did not look like that. They were much larger and brighter. But yeah, if you slow down, if you record chemtrails and you're really zoomed out far and you focus on them, if you slow down the footage, those things are always there.
Huh.
Can I make a mention of something about Crow 77 and his moon waves?
No.
Okay. There's a daytime effect that happens over Croatia. It's been recorded several times. It's daytime. And effectively, the sky is going through these waves that go one way and then sort of crisscross over the other, very akin to the moon wave. So what I might suggest is what looks like it's a moon on the surface, a wave on the surface of the moon, may not actually be. Because if that same phenomena that's visible in the daylight over Croatia on occasion is happening at night when we see that, so-called moon wave, then it's not the moon. It's not a wave necessarily moving over the moon. It's from below. It's distortion again in our atmosphere, possibly.
I think I was watching Robin lifting the lid. He had FP Angel.
Yeah.
You need to leave and come back or something, because every time you speak, you're breaking up there, my friend. Every time.
Jimbo, he's a hardcore truck driver, so yeah, he's going in and out of cell hell.
Oh, my bad. I'm so sorry. My bad.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. The FPV Angel thing. But they have actually captured that wave on Jupiter also.
Yeah.
Which again, kind of more points that it might not be these individual so-called planets or luminaries having the effect. It might just be
portals
below that reflects all through when we're looking through them to what's above.
So do you think it's not portals then?
Well, I prefer the word gates, if you will.
Gates, yeah.
Yeah, because portals, it opens to that, portal to mystery, Pandora's box, all this stuff. The gate, I understand, open or closed, and physicality, So
do you think the gates, like the sun is going in a straight track and then it gets to the end and then just the gate instantly makes it back at the beginning?
Actually, what I believe is that it's a huge, basically cathode ray tube design with huge iron plates on the ground that are charged magnetically to control where the sun goes.
Okay.
Here, we harvest 11 miles a day north, the wheat and other crops. The sun displaces when it's moving from the so-called equator north.
Yes.
On an average of 11 miles north per day.
Right. And I tracked the moon more than the sun, and I've noticed like that 13-day cycle that it has. And whenever someone is saying, "Oh, well, the moon is in the totally wrong place," well, it's not. It's just in a different position and in a different gate. And you can, if you watch it the behavior on those 13 days, it's 12 and a half to 13 days. It's from what I've noticed myself, maybe just because of my location. You can actually tell when it's going to switch gates.
Well, the moon is only wrong because it's being applied to a 12-month cycle when the moon is a 13-month, 28-day cycle. Where if we lived by a 13-month lunar cycle, the full moon would be on the same day every month. There'd be no mystery when it'd be a half moon, waning, waxing, or full moon. Because it's been skewed to try to fit the heliocentric design. Yeah. And not
so about the plates then, do you think they're underground?
Some of them are exposed. There's one on Greenland I showed the corner of. These plates are located different places, off Alaska, off the east coast, that one that runs down all the way to the Bahamas. There are more that run east-west underneath the continental USA all the way out to, Hawaii.
Okay,
and
so like a track.
Out to what do you call it there, the Easter Islands.
So do you think ISIS is the ISS is pulling the sun, or a pilot light? Like I've heard some people say in a discussion on that channel.
When you think about the creation of light, it takes two things. It takes matter and energy. So no matter what, the light, the glare, whatever we're seeing,
I guess pilot light sort of puts you back into that burning ball of gas situation that I am sure it's not.
Well, burning, no. If it was burning, it'd burn the plants and the trees down here. You can't grow flowers with a fire, a blowtorch.
So I think it's the heat that we're feeling and the energy that we're getting from the sun is due to the the frequency, the interaction with the frequencies that it's bombarding on its way to us.
Well, what we call light energy or a wave energy can become different things. It can become heat, it can become light, it can become sound, and it can be converted back to more, electrical EMF if you want.
Yeah.
So when whatever energy is hitting stuff in the air, it's exchanging energy, some in part radiating heat and etc. Waves.
What do you mean? What do you mean exchanging energy like through the air? So there has to be an energy already that exists, right? To exchange.
Well, there's already the ether. It's
we're supposed to have the Schumann resonance that is a constant low frequency vibration that never goes away. And because of harmonics, a small wave, a low frequency, can become a high frequency. Just the way waves work. Harmonics.
Yep, like two tuning forks. You strike one, and the other one is not that.
Sure. But I think ICC or what's your screen name now?
That's fine.
What was talking about more of like more of a distant thing, Jimbo, like that central point of heat, right?
No,
and it might not exist within our realm.
Well, and what I think
per se,
sort of, the distance having something to do with it. But
speculating anyway, so let's call what you just said as like mine is speculation.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly. Right, because we can't
all of heat, flaming gas in a vacuum somewhere 93 million miles away is causing heat on the ground when physically heat rises. So here heat's come in from however high above, pushed all the way down.
Yeah, it's kind of like a laser, Jimbo. What does Rakia Life always say? What is light?
Light, you have to get
right. So a laser, right? Like a laser is very different, right? A laser.
How is light made? Laser is just the pure light form. Raise the intensity of even a green laser, you'll start to see white. No matter what.
There's no way that you or any other human can ever understand the sun. You know what I mean? The sun is so different. It's beyond anything on this plane of existence. It is a heavenly body, and nobody can understand it. That's the reality.
If that's what you want to believe, and it's fair to believe that. There's this.
No, that's the reality, Jim.
No one probably could ever 100% know. But I know there are physical things here on the ground. They're very big, and they fit with design. The mechanics actually.
Yeah, the sun, moon, and stars though are heavenly bodies, though, right?
Yes. They are what they are.
And Jesus always says, of course, if I tell you of earthly things and you can't understand, how could I tell you of heavenly things? He's literally admitting that it's just not something we can understand. It's something out of this world, literally.
Hey, Pillbox. Hey, it's been a while. How you doing?
Rob Keen, sir. How you doing, bro?
I'm all right. Good to see you around.
Well, we can understand certain limitations and parameters, and that's what people are basically looking for.
That's what I kind of think is like, the light that Jimbo's saying, that causes waves and causes heat and causes all the disturbances here on ground. I think that light though is very not far away, but outside our element, right? So because that's what light is, right? It's unknown. You don't know. Now we know what it causes, Jimbo. You're right about what it does to us here.
We can create it, right? Use it.
That's right. You can't recreate it. Exactly.
So, Jimbo, what do you think about Walter Russell then?
Don't really know much about him. I know they covered him on FPV, but I never really watched much. I understand it's magnetic impression.
Sorry to cut in. I got.
Go ahead.
You cut out. Well, I gotta go get my kids in bed and do that bedtime routine thing. So, do you guys usually hang out a while?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. I mean, if maybe I'll check back in later. I can't. I'm trying to access my drive. I'm on my laptop and it's terrible. I'm trying to access my Google Drive and it's just not going to work. So, if you guys are still around, then I'll come back later and I'll show the
check in. We're always here.
Cool. All right. See you later.
Later.
Bye.
Unless Rumpus, though, he understands what the sun is. Actually, he made the sun.
Rumpus has a seat next to the Lord himself, I think. There, he's that important and that knowing. It's just one down.
He is.
Himself.
He is the evolutionist secular savior. You know.
So, Jimbo, can I ask you one question? Can waves and frequency and everything involved with that, let's just that dynamic of, does it have to be created on a sphere, or could that be created on a flat plane?
Hell no, energy is energy. It's wherever it is, right?
That's
It has
right.
nothing to do with a sphere or plane or anything. Energy
That's
is
right.
separate.
Okay.
You don't have, like in electronics, there's no equation in electricity or in electronics, I think, that involves gravity that I've ever seen in my life.
But what's
So,
energy? Like, what's that?
I don't know. The
magical
potential to
force
do
or
stuff
something?
and exploiting it. That's all I know.
Oh,
If
so
I have
so you just
a
use
potential
a
source of
you're just
energy,
using
I
a
can
word.
use it. That's all I know.
So you're just using a word that you're using a word you don't understand.
I'm using the
'Cause you're
potential of
saying there's
water
matter
flowing
and
down
energy.
hill, shifting weight
So
of doing work.
Jimbo, can you address what I say instead of just rambling on?
Know what energy?
There's matter and energy, right? Is that what you said?
No, matter and energy. Huh.
Okay, you said
I don't.
okay, so do you what did you not just state that you have matter and energy that makes everything up?
No, I said it takes matter and energy to create light.
Okay, so what when you say energy, what do you mean? Because I know what matter is. Like a table's matter. Now, what's energy?
Right
So
hand,
don't use the word if you have-
frequency, maybe frequency. I'll
Combustion.
throw
Frequency is
the
the
bone.
back and forth.
Throw the bone.
Fuel
Frequency.
combustion? I don't know.
Well, you know, I mean, he should have this at the hand. This is what I hate. And when people just recite baller stuff, right? They're just
It's
well,
not
energy,
ballers.
this, and they just say these words, and then you go, well,
It's
what is
nice-
it? And then it's just a
nice-
pause, a
nice,
silence, like they have no idea. Just Jimbo just
it's
wants to
nice.
be a
I don't know
smart
what you call
guy.
it.
He just
Flow.
wants to say these
Yeah, yeah,
things
yeah.
to sound smart.
It's
Well,
baller.
I've been saying
Okay.
water vapor and pressure in the atmosphere for years. But then ask him what pressure is. He has no idea. Jimbo,
Is that that?
you're a clown.
So to say what the fuck is energy, you're a baller? You won't
You
even.
don't know what energy is, and
Yeah.
you're going to say it takes energy and matter to make life. And then you're going to go, what is energy? And you go, well, I don't really know. Well, then how the fuck do you know it takes energy and matter to make life? You're just talking shit, dude.
Pull it out of my
You're
ass.
straight
So are
shit
you.
talker. Yeah,
So
you
are
know.
you.
I'm
And you just want to troll and call me baller?
Jimbo, so are you is not a good argument. Come on. I mean, you said frequency, energy, matter, light. You said
Like
all
I
these
say,
words.
I don't get involved in the trolling, and I know what I know.
It's
It
not
takes
trolling.
matter
It's you
and
saying
energy
words that you
to create
cannot
light.
fucking describe.
There.
You're just saying words
You
just to
want
say
to say,
them.
what the fuck is energy? I'm like, well, make fucking.
You well, then why say the word if you have no idea what it means? Why would you say? Why would you make a statement?
Well, let's try
why
to be
make a
more
statement
productive,
that
though.
you need energy.
Tell me.
Why make a
Right.
statement that you
You
need
tell
energy
me.
and matter to make life?
Jimbo,
You
just
have no
ask me
idea
to
what
read you the
energy is.
definition for you, Jimbo. I'll get you the definition right now.
It's the ability to do work. It's not a thing. It's a
The
fucking
capacity of a
conceptual
system
idea, like
for
space
doing
time.
work or its equivalent. Yeah.
Yeah. So if I have,
but what does that mean? What is the capacity to do work? What does that mean?
then I have
What is it?
energy that
Jimbo,
I can
and
put.
Jimbo has not stopped talking. He's just been babbling on about blah, 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 blah.
Conservation of, there's kinetic, latent, potential, radiant.
Matter and
What
energy
the fuck does that mean?
to create light.
Explain
End
any
of
of those
Yeah.
words.
Hold on. Before Jimbo goes, let me just tell you, it's impossible to explain many things on God's creation. Man's biggest problem is pretending he can figure it out.
Exactly, and
Man's
that's
biggest.
why I call
Right, hold on.
people
Let
out
me
when
finish.
they say they
Right.
can explain God's stuff.
Right. I've known Jimbo for a long time. That's just how he is. But you got to let him be how he is. I mean, I can have a discussion with him, but yeah, people. It's really it comes to this. Either
I
you
can be like I am.
Well,
and
right.
I could call people like him out. That's how I
right.
am.
No, I understand. That's
Right.
fine. But my point is, like, listen, there's only two different types.
What is energy?
There's only two different types of outlooks. I just want to say that.
Oh, you're
either trust God.
you're you're just spewing Glober dogma. What the
I
hell
just
are
want
you?
to say this real
You
quick,
are.
Jimbo.
But you
Jimbo, I just want to point out there's two
Energy is
types of
all
people. The problem is that we're not giving it up to God. Like that's the problem with flat Earth is that they think that they're going to figure it out. They're
Creation.
not
I am not saying
picking
I'm
on
the
you,
one,
Jimbo.
I'm the
No,
only
you
one here
pick it on
saying that
Jimbo.
it's
This is
God's
a common
system that you can't figure out. I'm the one that says it's God's system, you can't figure it out, or if the answer is it's God. But everybody else is saying, no, I know it's pressure, it's Jimbo, it's fucking vapor lock, it's energy.
No,
They're
I've been
saying
saying that
words
for years
well,
too.
what
It's
is that?
amazing. Yeah, I agree. Yep. And
This is why
Untamed.
this is
Untamed. Let
why
me
I
say
do
something
this.
to you then.
It's the
Untamed.
parameters I
That's
want to
actually why I can almost make a sentence here. I'll wait. So that's why for years the number one thing from the secularists or the scoffers was to make fun of somebody that's a believer by saying God did it, right? And by that way, they took away that answer because that's always been the true answer. God did it, yes.
So now we're in a religion of the human mind, right? That's what Ball Earth is. It's a religion of the human mind. Think about that.
Well, that's where the Book of Enoch came from
Yep.
also, but a lot of flat earthers think the Book of Enoch is legit, you know?
Well,
we have
we're
air
talking about
and
the science
stars,
books.
water.
Mostly, right? We're talking about the science.
Just had to
hills,
put that stat.
valleys.
It's a religion of the human mind due to the science books that we've been indoctrinated with, right? And
It'll
not
never
just
have
us.
God as the explanation. It'll never say, well, the reason a rock falls is because God designed a system with an up and
Exactly.
down and orientation. It won't do that. So
Exactly.
science inherently is anti-God and pro-human knowledge. It
Exactly.
thinks humans are gods because we can figure out why the rock falls.
Exactly. It's so bad, actually. I'll say bad, right? Fucking bad.
But they were actually programmed by the screens that they grew up watching as their parents used that for a babysitter, which millions of victims have been put in front of their TV screens for years. That's how they learned this. There's no amount of book reading that taught them anything.
Yeah.
The original
So
MK
there's no-
Ultra, the TV.
So there's no fault, right?
Correct.
There's no fault, right? The parents aren't at fault. Nobody's
Nah,
at
the
fault.
parents
they're all
at fault.
They're all
You should've
guilty.
known
They're all
better than put the
guilty.
kid in
Every
front of
single
you.
one of you is guilty.
Up to you and me
Just need to look in the mirror.
listen to Right the Hand and listen to Jimbo and listen to yourself. All the people on here, all the panel, and determine what is real. What is it?
Only the Word of God, and without the Word of God, you can't know anything. That's the reality.
That's how it used to be.
Then you get into a never-ending why. Well, the rock falls because of space-time bending. Why does space-time bending? Well, the uneven distribution of mass. Why does the uneven distribution of mass bend space-time? Just you get into this confounding why, then you'll never have an answer.
That's bullshit.
Hold on, right now, take it back, and what you do is you unwind that and just ask the person, well, how do your fingernails grow? And the kids, I can't answer that either. So people don't know how their fingernails grow. They should stop pretending how the earth and sun and moon and stars work.
Yeah,
Good point.
Nobody can come to any greater understanding, right? Like, and this is what they say. Well, Einstein looked at the sunset, and because he was a genius, he was able to determine that it's not the sun moving, it's the earth spinning, right? Like, that's not how reality works. You don't get somebody that's super smart and they can look at everything we've been looking at and say, oh, no, we were all wrong.
All the sailors before Einstein that were tracking the stars and sailing with them on a flat Earth, right? Ending up in good destinations, read about where they want to be, right? All of a sudden, 1913, 1905, Einstein comes along and says, relativity, says, nope. Yeah, I'm going to confirm it's a globe. I'm going to confirm it. How's he going to do it? Right hand. How is he going to confirm it? A light in the sky, right?
With the beliefs he already had. It's like the full fault in Cavendish. If you already believe that mass attracts mass, well, then Cavendish it wouldn't even work, and you would be like, well, it's just broken because it would work. That's how steep the beliefs are.
Yep.
That's why you guys shouldn't let them talk about these experiments and pseudoscience and Cavendish, because that's everything they do is to hide from the shape of the earth. That's what.
Well, all the textbooks are written, towards the globe model, right?
Still,
I remember that.
That's their main concern. They actually use this in order to justify an immorality belief system. They were already using it to attack the Bible for years, most of these scoffers, and now they don't have to because they were getting their asses handed to them by 9-year-old Christians that just, with their eyes and go, wow, ants make ants, cats make cats. That's reality. And
I remember that. That was a good show.
Yeah, the evolutionists, of course, gets their asses handed to them. So now they've chosen flat Earth. And it's the reason you got to realize the irony here, guys. The reason this topic is so huge isn't because all you guys wanted to hear about it. It's because they hate it so much. They've dedicated hours to trying to scorn you and trying to destroy you. And it's literally been the fuel and fire for this movement, which is loosely used, for the past 6 years. I've noticed all I had to do is I never had to look at evidence. All I had to do was watch the attitude and approach of the opposition. And who is the opposition? They are of the world, and if you are of the world, the love of the Father is not in you. It's so simple.
That's right.
Yeah, good point, MG. That's the one of the things I noticed right off the bat, because I came from arguing politics, and the Globers, in my opinion, had all the same traits, all the same disinfo traits, all that shit. You could just spot it immediately. And I was like, why are these people acting like this? Why are they acting like disinfo agents?
Think about the utter stupidity that they absolutely will embrace. The people that will get out there and say that a woman can decide one day that she's a man, they will embrace that. They don't shut that down. They don't spend their time hours and hours a day telling those people they're retarded or stupid or bad or anything like that, do they? They'll embrace that wholeheartedly. So why is it different when it comes to something that would seemingly be so unimportant to everybody else? They have to shut that thing down.
But that makes sense, think about it this way. On a ball Earth, and this is weird because remember, I'm not really I don't want to talk about the shape of the Earth, but I can't help it because everything goes back to it. There is no up, there is no down, there is no upon, there is no deep, there is no in. There's only to the center of. There's no such thing. The words cannot even make sense on a ball Earth. Well, that's why male can be female and boys can be girls and dogs can be cats, apparently. That makes perfect sense on a ball Earth
left
religion.
Can be right, up can be down.
Right. There's nothing right. There's nothing wrong with it. That's why a baby. Listen, my final point. A baby's not a baby. Just kill it before it's a baby.
Yeah.
That's the whole point of this religion. Again, what sickens me the most is that there's people that wake up to all these deceptions, but then can't accept the cosmology was also a lie. They're still part of the world.
Bro, they
took or even if you have a baby, you have to get it registered. Registered with who? With what? The globe Earth, right?
Okay, but you see the pattern.
Yeah,
remember when
so it can go to public school, exactly. So it can get all the benefits of this fucking globe and all the bullshit, exactly.
Right, if the baby is lucky and right, let me say this, if the baby is lucky enough to survive,
it's the mind in the body. They've made the mind the spirit, right? Because they've separated the mind from the body. So you can have like a female mind and a male body and a male body and a female mind, right? But that's the spirit. You have a male spirit and a female spirit. So they've just replaced them.
They've somehow separated it, but then also at the same time attached it, because they'll tell you that your brain, that's where your mind is, right? They'll tell you that's who you are. That's where your personhood is stored, right? Is in your brain, and maybe someday you'll be able to upload your brain. So they've somehow attached to your body and separated it.
Look it up. It's called personhood.
Who's the they?
In writing.
They've done this and they've done that. Who is this they?
Exactly.
You know.
Well,
you know.
They is the. Let me answer that. Excuse me. They is the world. There's two sides to life. The world. Let me finish the answer. Let me finish the answer. I'll try again. So, they is the world. There are two sides to reality in this life, in this creation. There's the side of the world. There's the side of God.
Who is the master?
That's it. They is always the world. Of the world is not of the Father. It's that simple.
How about we did this, right? We are the.
That's they.
Our own worst enemy, right? We.
That's a cult. Right?
Chose other folks to rule us and write fucking paper that we seem to believe, whether it's law or school books or whatever the fuck it is, right? You know, and we choose to believe that, right? You know, and it's not you and me at this moment, but you know, through time. And so when Bandsaw asks who is the they, I think it's you and me. We are the problem, is what I think.
Well, there had to be a first
Humans will
day.
always be the problem because we're the ones with free will.
Not necessarily free will, right?
Well, if you're not
That's
trying to figure
wild.
out what God wants, once God blessed you with this information to show you that you can go anywhere in the world and argue with 10,000 people,
I can
we
ask
must
you
be
one
lagging
simple
back.
question.
You don't hear me?
I can ask you one simple question. Do you have a license in your pocket to do anything, whether driving or building or a contractor, whatever? Do you have a license for anything?
Several.
Okay. Well, you are subject to the system then. You know.
That's right. I'm basically a form of slavery. That's correct. Absolutely true.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Isn't that why we are here?
you
Because
have to
we have
completely
free
separate.
will.
But that's not free will. Exactly.
If we didn't have free will, we wouldn't be here. That's why we are here, because we have free will.
Who gave you the free will?
Well, God did, and that's why. And that's
Amen.
why
Well,
Adam ate the apple.
Amen.
Because of
Thank
free
you.
will.
Eve ate the apple,
Amen.
actually, Pencil.
It wasn't an apple.
Oh, Effie, damn you!
True.
Hey,
It was a
buddy.
pomegranate.
Adam chose to follow her into it, but she's the one that grabbed it first.
Okay,
Wait a minute. No, wait a minute. Okay, I'm really glad you brought that up. Let me
could
explain
also
something to
be-
you. That's not. Well, hold on one second here. Adam chose to blame God for giving him the woman. It wasn't about just eating the fruit. It was how Adam topped it off and then scorned God. That's the giant mistake. That's why we have
taking
fallen.
responsibility. Not saying it,
Correct.
That's what
And
God
no, blaming.
asked Adam what had
Worse,
happened.
he blamed. It's worse.
Yeah,
He blamed God. You
if
gave me
Adam
this
would've
woman.
said-
The first thing that you get
Easy,
caught doing
let
something stupid, the
Travis
first thing the
speak.
man
If
does.
he would have just said, "Hey, I
Travis.
fucked up." If I fucked up, that would have been it. Sin would have ended. But instead, he was like, "Oh, the devil made me do it, or the girl made me do it." And that's when it was like, "Look, if somebody can make you do it, you don't have free will." And that's the moment we've become enslaved. The moment we realize that if an advertisement can make you do something, you don't have free will. You're a robot.
So the intent is everything, guys. The intent could be the greatest crime anybody commits. The first thing somebody does when they're going to do something bad is hide from God. What did Adam do after they took that fruit? They were hiding from God. That's what we've all done before. We're all guilty of it, and that's the highest sin is hiding from God. And so that's what this is about. This is about God finding out who His children are.
So instead of hiding from God or whatever, you were born. What's the first thing you did? You ran to a fake godlike government, right? Didn't you? You got licensed, you got certified, you got registered, you got all these things. So did I. I'm not saying you're the only one, right? We all did, right? We got just all these what do you call them? Titles, right? Titles of nobility, titles of I can do this, I can do that, I'm this, I'm a contractor, now I'm a plumber, right? I can do all this stuff. But who were those titles certified by? Was it God?
The world.
No, it was man. Okay.
The world. That's what man is. That's the world.
Metaphorically,
Yeah, that's the world.
That's what the world is.
Oh, okay. So another man who has free will decided to enslave me, right?
Right. So your job is to find out how you can use it against them. You take that lie, you take that negativity, and you find out how to reverse it.
I don't want to
and
fight
use it
it
accordingly.
I don't want to fight it. I don't want to fight it.
You don't have to fight it. You just remove yourself.
Not everybody can. You might. Well, that's the thing is you might not be able to. I've used it. It's literally made me who I am today. So I thank God for the deception, or else I'd be without a job for God.
Okay. Free will exists. I denied it, and I got a license. I got permission from another man on this earth that God gave me through free will, right? Right? And now I'm stuck. I'm stuck, dude. Right?
Well, that's unfortunate because I just, you can still buy a $180 plane ticket and still see the world like no one else has for the last 6,000 years and use it against them and say, there's the flat earth.
Where'd you go?
Too much influence on the government, Aaron.
Say again, Benzo?
You give the government way too much influence and authority.
Bandsaw, the government is just nothing but a bunch of men and women. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Gang.
Take responsibility.
It's a bunch of me and yous,
individually.
right? It's a
Right.
bunch of me and yous, okay?
Yeah,
I
but
don't pay you.
every
You don't pay
single
me.
conversation
Why
you
should I
bring
pay
the government
them?
into it. They've really scorned you, the government.
Scorns me big time because I don't pay you. You're a man. I'm a man. And there's women on
You'll
this.
bloody well
okay?
pay me if I do a
Listen,
job for you.
I
I
don't
can
pay
tell you that
you.
right now.
I don't pay you to
You
live.
bloody
Do
well
I,
will.
Bandsaw?
You will pay me. Alright?
Listen,
Otherwise I'll
Bandsaw.
rip those fucking pipes off and repossess them if you don't pay me.
Listen, Bandsaw. I don't pay you to live. Do I?
Yeah, you do. 100%. If I do a job for you, 100%. Then you give me money and then I go buy apples.
No.
Yeah, that's the way the world works, my friend. That's the way the world works. I need apples and I need eggs.
You're just trying to stir shit up. Okay, I get you.
No, I'm not.
I don't pay
That's
you
life.
to live, right? But I do pay.
Yeah, you do.
Apparently.
If I do a
And
job
not
for
just
you,
me,
you pay
a
me.
bunch of other people pay
What's the problem?
a bunch of other people just to live. Just to live. Just to exist. Why?
What's the
is
problem?
that?
Bandsaw,
Is that free will?
I'm trying to figure out what's the problem. I mean, we all get video games, and we don't mind that we're restricted to that character.
Yeah,
Is that free will?
I've got no problems with it.
But life
with
is so unfair. But I'll play Mario Brothers.
So you're talking about free will? That's free will. Yeah.
No, I just want to be free in a video game. Yes, there's a lot of things you can do in reality. Just ask God to
create your own video game. You have
limit
free will.
ourselves.
Create your own.
I don't have to. That's what I'm in. I'm in reality. My video. I'm in reality. That's That's why I
reality?
love God.
What do you mean reality? Here we go. What do you mean
7,000 feet up on Huachuca Mountain, 38,000 feet on an airplane. I mean, going across the country. Thousands of miles of travel.
What services do you get from
having
other
a picnic under a tree?
Right.
Exactly. Just going out and petting a cat on the head or letting a grasshopper. Like Mary Poppins. I'm just like Mary Poppins. I go out to the field and the birds just start following me.
Do you have power, water, and sewer? Do you have all those things?
Oh yeah, I do.
Oh, where'd you get those?
From the world.
Okay.
Duh.
Remember, everything comes from.
So you owe me.
Yes.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right. I'm gonna send you a bill because you owe me because I gave it to you.
No problem. Just send it right here. We'll get it right away.
That's right. Thank you. Then I can buy an apple.
Not a problem. Send me all the bills, please. Send me all. I'm gonna pay everybody's bill. Rumpus, you're free too. I'm paying your debt.
Explain again how free you are with your free will. Just explain again.
I'm too free with what God has given me. I don't even deserve any of this.
You play video games, right? Video games.
No, I don't play video games. That's why. No, you're not listening. Yeah, you've missed the point. You're missing the point. You're trying to now compact me into a video game because you realized you fucked up. The point is, you're stuck in a box. Yeah, that's right. That's why you're stuck in a box, and I'm the one happy in reality, and you're trying to put your misery onto somebody else because you're upset that God hasn't given you something.
You can't back out.
You're complaining about your life. Mine's great. God has blessed me with more than I could ever even explain. I can't even show you half the things God has given me. What are you talking about?
Don't mess with him, Gene. Aaron, he'll run rings around you, my friend. He'll run rings around you. He'll give you the hot tip.
Please.
Okay. This guy, Bandsaw, this guy said that he has free will.
He does.
Land, graced by God.
Yeah,
graced by God. Okay.
Yeah, he does.
Okay, cool. And I asked him how many licenses does he have. He said a bunch.
Yeah.
And I said, where did you get those licenses? He said from man. I'm like, well, what?
Yeah.
So you're not free.
Well, how is he not free?
Freedom are two different things, right? Like somebody can take my freedom and might put me in prison, but they can't take my free will. You can't force me to make a decision. You can take my freedom, and even if I have no options, right, I can still choose not to eat. That's my free will. I'll be like, you know what? I'm not eating this garbage that you put fucking poison in. I'll fucking survive on a prayer, right? Like, so
why don't grow your own food, Brett the Hand? Grow your own food. Why are you going to a fucking restaurant?
I'm saying if they put you in prison.
What about this license I have right here? What about this license that God gave me?
What license?
I got free will. I can choose not to have a driver's license, but if I get pulled over, it's going to have a consequence.
Okay, we're going to find out. Yeah, this license is to kill anything on this plane of existence that challenges the word of God. So I am more than guilty of my life. I have to give it all up to God because He's given me so many things.
Can you show
It's
it
not
to
a paper
me?
license. The license is in the Bible.
It's only written words.
It's not a paper man-made license or a license of the world. It's a license to kill anything that challenges the word of God. So I don't know what to tell you how happy I am with this life.
I kind of feel like God says don't kill. Right? It's right there in the
Yeah, I kind of think that as well. But anyway, yeah.
Oh, He says don't.
We all interpret
really?
thou shalt not
Really?
kill in our own
It
way.
says,
Right?
oh, I'm sorry that you don't believe in the Bible. It's called the sword of the Spirit for a reason, noob.
Thou shalt not.
Not an actual
Thou
sword.
shalt
You
not.
realize that
It's not a bloodshedding. It's a spiritual
metaphorical.
warfare. That's why we are given the full armor of God.
It was a loaded comment, MG.
Yes. The full armor of
key
God.
word there is spiritual.
That's
as in
called
it wouldn't be physical.
clickbait.
Yes.
That's clickbait,
We're killing
MG.
them spiritually.
Oh, they weren't ready for an answer. Yeah. Okay, think about that. The word of God is the sword of the Spirit. Just think about that.
Yeah, that's why
for
they
a
say
minute.
swords come out of Jesus' mouth, right? When you have the truth, bro, it's like speaking with weapons.
You got it.
You know?
Exactly
They're
right.
that powerful.
Right hand, are you saying you have a license to kill, blessed by the glory of God? Are you saying?
No, all I have is free will to speak the truth, right? Now, how that truth affects someone, I can't control that, right? If somebody wants to go crazy because I'm telling them the earth isn't a ball and it's flat and that kind of like fucks with their shit, sorry. Like,
good job. Yep.
Okay. That was kind of off topic.
The
'cause we're
truth,
talking about license
the truth
to kill.
is a raging lion. If you set it free, it can defend itself.
Yeah, you don't have the right to harm anybody, like physically, right? But you have the right.
There is no license from God to harm anybody, right?
No.
Yeah, who said that?
Not physically.
Nobody made that claim. Yeah, I mean it's the
You did.
full armor of God for a reason. The sword of the Spirit.
You
is
did.
biblical.
Yeah.
No, you're on crack. You're cracking out. No. You're on cracking. No, stop. Listen, put the crack pipe down. I explained it in context. I explained it clearly in context, and you're triggered because you can't believe somebody has an answer. Yeah, it's reality. It's the sword of the Spirit, the Word of God.
Okay, cool. I like the word you use called armor. So instead of killing somebody, why not protect yourself with armor? You know what I mean? That's kind of more of the
breastplate of righteousness, Aaron.
Well, yeah, it's a two-part.
There you go, amen. Yeah, I don't have to kill anybody. They're going to want to die. If they want to die, that's not my problem. Once I kill their religion, once I kill their pseudoscience, once I kill their lies, yeah, that's what God does to His children. He gives some of His children, boys and girls.
God gives us armor.
And that's how it works.
Ben, right? God gives us armor. The word.
Of course, He does.
Armor.
Yes, if you accept His
mental
word,
armor, mental armor, physical armor. It gives us everything to protect
and the most powerful piece
invaders, invaders who want to harm us. Right? Okay. There is no
They'll protect you against anything.
There is no aggression, right, on my part. Like, I don't want to go out and kill folks that don't believe what I believe. I just don't have that.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, you'd have a problem. Yeah, you'd have a serious. You wouldn't have the sword of the Spirit at all if you wanted to do that.
You'd be a good Muslim. You'd be a good Muslim, though.
No, I don't want to go out and kill people who don't think what I think.
Nobody should want to kill people because they.
Congratulations! Welcome to kindergarten. Okay, good job.
Why are you laughing at me, bro?
It's good that people in this room don't want to go out and kill people.
Did you say welcome to Canada?
No, he said welcome to kindergarten.
Oh,
but that welcome.
I thought he said welcome to Connecticut.
If I have a license to kill, based upon a moral authority called the religious authority, right? So I should wear a badge called a star or something, right? So I can go out and just be like, "Yep."
I just want you to have a claim. Where did you get the claim from? I'd love to see the claim.
Right?
Yeah, where'd you get the claim from?
Don't believe what I think.
Yeah,
that's what you're saying.
Amazing. Where'd you get that claim from? Yeah, where'd you get the claim that? Okay, so you're still on crack. Okay, now you're going into pervert mode. You're perverting what I said when I specifically elaborated in detail. No, I'm not the one laughing at you. I'm sorry, there's an audience here. Somebody laughed at you, and now you're trying to pervert words to say I said I was going to kill
didn't say
somebody
laughing. I said, why are you making fun of me? Why you call me a pervert, bro?
Yes, because you're claiming I'm going to kill somebody when I said I have a license to kill with the sword of the spirit, like I explained 4 times now. And you're trying to still step on the straw man of me saying I was going to kill somebody like a crackhead. Can you move on? Thanks. Unless it's your claim.
If that's what you said, then I'll step back.
Okay, so you're going to kill people. Okay, congratulations that you want to kill people when somebody says they're going to use the sword of the spirit. Apparently you don't believe in the Bible. That's not my problem.
Not sure you know
what
what
it
the
says
Bible
right
is.
here. I know that it says right here, the word of God is quick and powerful, sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing even to dividing asunder of soul and spirit and of the joints and marrow, and is a discerner of the thoughts and intents of the heart. Without the word of God, you have nothing.
Is that a literal interpretation that you just told me?
Yes, this is literally the word of God.
Oh my God.
It's the word of God. Yes. Do you see how much it hurts you? Do you see how it's killing you? That's the license God gave me. How does it feel?
All right. No worries,
love
man.
not the world, neither the things that are in the
what
world.
you
For if any
want.
man love
You
the
can
world, the love of the
live
Father
your
is not
life
in
the way
him.
you
For all
want.
that is in the world, the lust of the flesh and eyes, and the pride of
I
this life
just
is not
want
of
you
the
to
Father,
know
it's of
that
this
I would
world.
never attack you. I would
And
never
the
do that,
world
even
passeth
though I've
away
never read that
by
scripture.
patient
I
zero,
would never
but
attack
he that doeth the will of God abideth forever. That's
I
how it
would
works,
never
patient zero. You
attack
either do the will of
even
God
though
and
you
you can
just told me
survive, or
that
you can keep
scripture.
hiding in your own self-worship and hiding from God, and then you can stay where you are on the internet.
Suit yourself, right? Isn't that a scripture?
Playing Mario Brothers. Okay, congratulations, Paint. You have nothing to add. Okay, moving on. Yeah, all those years of people making fun of the Bible, it turns out that it had this information in it the entire time while we were sleeping at the wheel.
Well, that's why they made fun of it. It's like flat Earth. You mock it so people
Damn right.
It's so if there's a whole bunch of people, right, and you start like say 20 people are at dinner and you're the only one saying, "Hey, thank you God for this meal." Everybody's gonna like, "What the fuck are you doing?" They're looking at you, right? You don't want to do it, and then you feel like weird. And it's the same thing with everything. They want you to not speak, right? They want you to not speak the truth because you're gonna feel whatever, and that's how they do it. Because
Preach it.
No, I've said this before. Like, just bring up God. People they won't say, "Oh, I don't believe." They'll like, "Oh, fuck God." We have anger.
Right, because that's the most triggering words. And in fact, you'll even hear many flat earthers that know there's a creator now, and they've refused to call the creator God because the word God still offends them because they obviously already spent several years hating God. And now they come to flat earth, realize it's flat, but now they're still mad at God, even though God already had the word in his Bible. I mean, it says right here, put on the whole armor of God that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we wrestle against not of flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness and spiritual wickedness in high places. So that's what the license to kill is for.
Okay, I'd like to ask
spiritual
Right the
warfare.
Hand. What is free will? What me just explain it real quick.
The ability to choose your actions.
Cool. So why do you need guidance from a book?
You don't need the book.
Okay.
So the book is there.
So free will is independent.
Oh, wait a minute. Well, it depends on how good you want to get. It depends on how much of an advanced class, or if you want to get into special forces or something, then you need to
I thought I was talking to Right the Hand, actually.
Yeah, that was just a terrible answer. There are some people that are highly.
What do you mean terrible?
That you don't need
the book. I think everything in the book is written in you.
You don't need the book. The book didn't exist till 300 years after Christ.
No, you need the book. All of you need the book. That's why you don't know the word of God. You definitely need the book.
Everything in the
my point
Bible
being is if we have free will, why do we need guidance in the book? If we have free will, why do you need guidance?
I'm going to say it.
You don't need the book.
You don't need the book. You don't need a book to know it's not. You don't kill somebody. You don't need a book to tell you that. idea,
Actually,
that
you
spirituality,
do,
remember,
we do
on
need
your
that,
person.
by the way.
Hold on.
That's
The
incorrect.
idea, the God created. Hold on. He created the idea that you shouldn't kill because killing is wrong according to God and His system, and He wrote that on our soul. Now we then wrote that into a book. That doesn't mean the book
can't prove
is
that.
the origin of what we should do. The origin of what we should do is God, not the book.
No,
The only thing
the book
we have
I'm talking about,
of a
right
human,
hand. The
listen,
book I'm
the
talking
only
about is the
thing we have
Bible.
evidence of a human
The book I'm
being
talking
doing
about is the
without
Bible,
instruction is
not
being evil.
legislature,
We have no
not
evidence
murder,
of human
okay?
beings being good without instruction.
Yeah, right there. The
None.
book I'm talking about, when I said, if you have free will, you said yes. I said, why do we need guidance? Why do you read the book? The book I'm talking about is the Bible, not legislature, not rules, statutes, codes, all that fucking bullshit, right? Why do we need the Bible if we have free will, for guidance?
Like I said, I don't need a book, right? The Bible is, to me, what is good and bad in your heart. Like, we know the difference between good and bad in our hearts. We don't need the Bible. The Bible is used.
I said, do you have free will?
That is incorrect.
You said yes, right? Right,
Gosh.
right, Chris? Okay. You said yes, and I asked you.
If that was
why do
true,
we
babies
need
would
a
know what
book?
right and wrong are.
Why do we
We
need
would
a
have to hold
book
them
then
accountable.
for guidance if we have free will?
Well, because here's the thing: free will is the ability.
I was asking Chris, but go ahead.
Free will is the ability to do things, and if you can do anything, right, you got to know the difference between doing a bad thing and a good thing. And that's where I think the moral law of God comes in. The moral law of God is like the wall between what you should do and what you can do but shouldn't. Like, you can put a hamster in the microwave, but you shouldn't.
Well, real quick, to the person claiming that you
prove
don't need
that?
Bible. Okay, so is it okay? What does it say in the Bible? Is it okay to eat unclean animals? Yes or no?
If I have free will, I don't need to check the Bible. Is what I'm saying, right?
Yeah, I'm
I don't need
not talking to the
resource,
crackhead. I'm talking to untamed fame.
Go back and resource the fucking chapters. I don't need to do that if I have free will because
I wasn't
I've been
talking to you. I was talking
granted-
about the
I've
person
been
that actually believes in
granted-
God, not the Satanist.
I've been granted
Untamed
Well,
fame.
I don't live under Levitical law, so I would say it is okay.
I've been
Untamed
granted
fame.
with
Okay,
this
so you're
grace
saying it's
called
okay. So
free
so where
will,
does it say
right?
that you don't live under
From
Levitical
God
laws?
Himself? From God Himself.
Somebody
I've
else
been
just. I'm
granted
talking to
that.
the person that's a human being. Can I talk to the person that just answered the question instead of just talking about himself? Okay, sir, you just said it's not Levitical laws anymore. So you got that information from
I
where?
did. From where?
Okay, so it's where did you get the information that it's not a law anymore?
The Gospel of Mark.
Yeah, New Testament.
Okay, so the Bible. So we need the Bible. Okay. Well, that was fun.
Well, for me, I would think like you wouldn't eat animals that are beneficial, right? Like a cow, you can milk a cow, right? So I don't see really killing a
What?
cow. Then you have the bull.
Wait, where are you getting your information from? Untamed Fame. Where are you getting that information from? You don't eat
Well,
cows? Who said?
I'm getting from the like God created me, okay? Now God didn't create me as a moron retard who can't figure his earth out. Now this is what I go on. Now the fact that
I'm listening.
So wait,
I know there's a
when did
creator, okay? So I just what
Just let
I've
him
done,
finish.
and again, I'm not advocating this for anybody else. This is just my particular take. I use the Bible. I think what God wrote on me, I think will take precedence over the Bible, right? So if I feel something in my soul, I know abortion is wrong. Like whatever the Bible, whatever they did to the Bible, if they do anything and it says like, oh, well, thou shalt not kill unless it's a clump of cells, I'd be like, look, whatever they did to that doesn't matter, because I know in me.
So everyone's only accountable to themselves then. As long as they feel it strongly enough, it's okay for them to do it.
That's Satanism.
Wow.
Well, the thing is,
As long as someone feels strongly enough that it's okay for them to rape somebody, then suddenly it's okay because they feel it.
Moral
superiority.
But rape is
Moral
wrong.
superiority.
Rape is wrong. There will never be an instance where
Except you can't prove that.
This is the thing.
They feel it strongly, like you said. They feel that it's written on their soul, so it's okay for them. Apparently,
bro. I'm not saying this works for anybody else. I'm only saying this works because I know the creator and his rules. Right now, if somebody else wants to go ahead, like I don't kill.
It doesn't work for anybody. That's not a standard.
Well, it doesn't have to work for anybody. It's got to work for me. I'm not worried about
It
it.
doesn't work for you. No, what I'm telling you is it doesn't work for you.
Very good.
Hold on.
Let me just get a word.
Hold on, real quick.
Let me get a word in with MG about this unclean animal for a minute.
Sure, go right ahead.
Where did you get the idea of the unclean animal from?
I guess probably Jewish people as a young person.
So, and who was that law written for?
Obviously, the law is because God gives a law. It's for everybody.
I'm asking you a specific question. Who was that?
They're
law
the ones that followed it. It was made for all everybody, the world, everybody. Right?
Okay, cool. So if I get salvation, if somebody comes up to me this afternoon and explains
nothing to do with salvation. Never mention salvation.
That's right. So if somebody comes up to me this afternoon and preaches to me and I find salvation and I've never seen a Bible, then why does unclean food come into it or not? Once I believe in the atoning work of Christ.
Yes, amen. Yes,
why is food?
It's not
why
right.
Is,
Let me explain.
Why is food of any issue whatsoever?
Yes.
So I don't need the Bible.
Yes.
The Bible didn't
I can
exist
explain
in its canonized form for 300 years.
Correct. It was already
Christ.
oral tradition. Yep, correct.
It's
oral
Christ's
tradition.
it's Jesus' resurrection, the event. That's what it's about, not about a book.
Yes, that's right. That's right. So is it still wrong though to lust after a woman with my eyes? Should I still stare at women when they're walking by? Right, it's wrong.
What did Jesus tell us to do?
You got to let me finish, Effie. I just let you go through your explanation. You have to let me answer now. Okay. So here's my point: is that it's not okay. No problem. I've done much worse actually. So it's nothing to do with salvation. It's nothing to do with I'm going to save myself because I'm not eating a disgusting pig. That's just what God prefers. And I would like to do, especially after he's given me so many miracles, as many things as I can to please him. Certainly don't want to disgust the creator. And on top of that, that's what the deceiver wants us to do, is to make sure we break all laws. It has nothing and has never had anything to do with salvation. Salvation is by faith alone in God, the creator and savior, all in one.
It doesn't please him anymore. He runs clear to the Apostle Peter that it doesn't please him anymore. He doesn't care either way.
Yeah, it's Ephesians 2:8-9.
God just knows what you should be eating.
Oh no, God cares. God says it's an abomination unto him. It has nothing to do with.
No, he said it absolutely does not matter to him anymore what meat you eat, and that it's actually wrong for you to call it unclean when he's called it clean.
No, that's not true. Yeah, that
is absolutely 100% true. You should read the story.
Jesus himself would never eat it. Excuse me, the apostles, including the 12 apostles and Jesus, would never touch a pig. So you're dead wrong, Buster.
Except when Peter was told to by God directly. He at first refused, and then was told.
I'm sorry. So we'll turn this into a Bible lesson. Yes,
before the crucifixion, the new covenant wasn't sealed.
I didn't say anything about Paul.
He never. Right there you go. Paul never. Peter never.
I didn't say anything about Paul. I didn't say anything about Paul.
They never.
The crucifixion.
Ever.
Why did you change the gospel? Why did you change?
What God wants matters.
Why did you change? It absolutely matters, and he said very clearly he does not care about what meat you eat anymore, and that it's wrong for you to say it's wrong when he says it's okay.
Right now. Okay, let's get the chapter and verse that God says it's okay to eat everything now.
It's in the Gospel of Mark.
We live under a new covenant, MG, not the old covenant.
Yes, I know. Yes, and
covenant.
God still has his abominations. I understand. That's the point. It's what God wants and what's he going to do to save you are two different things. We are still going to fail, but the law still exists. That's why they had to follow it to a T.
They had to follow it to a T.
Yes, it's still a sin. That's the thing. It has nothing to do with me being saved. If I ate a pig, it's not going to send me to hell. It's God thinks it's disgusting, and he's right because of modern technology, right? We know that the pig is the most filthiest animal to eat besides the shellfish.
So what will be the ramifications?
I mean, wow, God is smart.
If it's,
the ramifications are that the ramification is that you disappoint God, and that's huge to me.
Yeah, but
there's nothing better than a nice pork chop on the barbecue, man.
No, well, that's the thing is that
chop on the barbecue.
I can't do it. No, I had to give it all up, man. I gave it up.
Man, I love it.
Bacon, life without bacon.
I gave it up. No, that's okay. I just wanted to point out that the Bible.
And I love me some bacon with eggs in the morning.
Very good.
No. Yeah.
No, not for me anymore. Sorry, I have to eat only clean animals. But that's I want to thank you guys though for proving that the only way that we can figure this out is the Bible, even though we disagree with what it says. Thank you.
The Bible was written for the Jewish people 3,000 years ago. Has nothing,
Old
absolutely nothing
Testament.
to do with you, bro.
No, I'm
You've
sorry.
been
The New
conned,
Testament
bro.
Yes, it
confirms the
does.
You've been
Old.
It
taken
does.
to the cleaners,
Sorry.
bro. Sorry.
Sorry, the New Testament confirms the Old, and it says there's no Jew, no Greek, no Gentile, no male nor female in Christ. Sorry.
Brother, unless you're Jewish, you've been conned, you've been taken to the
No,
cleaners.
it says
you
he
are in a
that doeth.
cult.
Right. Watch this. It
You
says
are in a
he
cult.
that doeth.
Sorry, bro.
Right. He that doeth the will of God abideth forever. Yeah. The will
Is
of God.
somebody looking up the scripture about eating food? Or am I going to have to do that?
Can't
Is
wait
anybody
for it.
looking
Yeah.
it up? All right.
Whoever misses out on a nice bacon and egg in the morning, you don't know what he's missing, bro.
Oh,
I thought we were
for
talking
years.
about Montreal. I thought we were talking about free will, and where do you get that? Where do you get the moral support?
Good segue.
Superiority to judge your own actions, right? Where do you get that?
I'm glad you mentioned that, Aaron. If you never seen a Bible in your life, would you think that it was good to kill your neighbor's daughter? Yes or no?
Don't ask me.
Some of these people do, yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's
Come on,
the thing
guys.
that I think.
Just
Come on,
look at
B.
some of the trolls in chat when the live stream is on. Yes, a lot of those people. would
Yeah,
say
in Acts
something wrong
chapter
with some
10,
people.
in
Yeah.
Acts chapter 10, God specifically directs
don't have
Peter
God.
to eat meat, the common
godless
or an
people.
unclean meat.
Oh, to not eat meat.
No, he tells him to eat the common unclean meat. He commands him.
No,
to.
he
So,
doesn't.
Now,
I'm sorry.
are
I'll
you
correct you. No, I'm sorry. You're
Okay,
dead
all
wrong.
right. Well, here, I'll just go ahead and read it. And there came a voice to him, Rise, Peter, kill and eat. And but Peter said, Not so, Lord, for I have never eaten anything that is common or unclean. And the voice spoke to him again the second time, What God hath cleansed, that call not thou common. God directed him specifically to eat it, trying to teach him a lesson about the fact that the old law is done away with. There's no difference between clean or unclean,
Yep,
or
you
Jew or
stopped reading
Gentile.
scripture. You're dead wrong. Sorry,
So-
guys.
so
You
Bob,
stopped
I'm
reading
absolutely
scripture.
not wrong.
No, sorry.
So, Bob,
You need
Dead
to
wrong.
either
let me ask
accept
you
that
this,
God
Bob.
directed him to sin, or there was a change in the rules.
So, Bob, let me ask you this,
Mhm.
Bob. Are you
Dead wrong. Hold
living the book right now?
No,
Are
I'm
you
not dead wrong.
living the word right
I'm
now?
alive,
Are you
correct.
living that word? And if you aren't, just tell me how you're not doing.
What is he asking? What are you asking?
Are you living the word right now? Everything you say to me right now on this channel right now, you sound so convicted and you sound so passionate. Right?
Oh yeah, I'm convinced.
Are
yes.
you living that word? And you tell
That's
me.
the idea.
Yeah, okay. No. Are you living that word? Go.
That's what I'm telling you. That's the idea. That is my attempt: is to live what the word tells me to live.
Okay, how do you
The
do
word
that?
of God.
How do you do that?
How do
Yeah,
you?
so in Acts, he never says it's okay to eat.
Okay, maybe I'm misunderstanding your question. It sounds like you're asking, like, whenever you go walking, how do you walk? Well, I walk. Like,
No.
I live
no,
it by
no,
living.
No, no.
That's what
You read
do.
a book. You read a book, and now you live your life according to that book, right?
According to the word of God.
Sure.
Who wrote that book?
God.
You actually believe that God, and I believe in a creator. Let's get this straight. I was an altar boy from young. So I don't mean any
too.
disrespect
Yeah,
to
me
anybody.
too. Me too, I see. Yeah.
Now, you believe that God gave somebody a word and he wrote it down in a book called the Bible.
I don't think that it was called the Bible at the time that it was written. No, I don't know if you know what the word Bible means, but you could have a mechanic Bible.
Bible
it just
means
all
library.
You need
That's
about
all it
being a
means.
mechanic. That's
Hey,
what it would
real
be.
quick, you're not going to get anything with patient zero.
It would be the whole Bible. If everything you need to be.
I got to answer to the Bible. It's talking about people. You won't call people unclean, not food. Thanks for playing.
There's no
Yes,
such thing as
he was trying to teach him a lesson about the people. Yes, but he commanded
pig
him
is
to
still
rise
unclean.
and eat.
Yes, it
If
is.
Peter, so are you claiming
Says,
that if
"Don't
Peter
call
had
the
done
people
exactly what
unclean."
God
Well, we
directed
don't
him
eat
to, he
people.
would have been sinning?
Essie,
Are you claiming that if he
people
would have done
are- yeah,
exactly what
he
God
says,
was
do
commanding him to do, he would have
Do
been in
not
sin?
scorn the people. Do not make fun of the people. Do not call the people unclean. It has nothing to do with
That's right.
eating. They never
Absolutely.
touch.
Okay, I never
They
said
never touch
unclean.
that.
What I said
If
was,
Peter
do
had
you
stood
live
up
your
and
life
hunted and
with the moral
right there,
authority,
would he have sinned?
you know, of
10:28
according
Acts
to
right
the
there.
book?
Anyway,
That's all.
Would he have
The
sinned?
moral authority according to the book. Do you live
You're
your life
avoiding the
like
question, or what? You don't want to answer?
that? Do you
You're talking
live your
over each other. I
life
don't
with
even know.
according to the moral authority of the book? That's all. Very simple.
Refusing to answer. Is that what it is?
I'll give you guys an easier question. why did
This isn't a
God
conversation.
in the Bible, why did he
It's not a
make his
conversation.
creations eat each other?
Sounds
Who
like
can answer that?
maybe you don't want
Patient
to.
zeros. There's 4 people talking at one time. That's why it's not a conversation.
SE.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I was the only one.
No, yeah, I know. No, everybody is. It's okay. I'll wait. Yeah, the real Bob Dole, Patient Zero, SE Montreal. I mean, someone's asking me a question.
It's actually SE's turn. SE can go.
Sure.
Yeah, I was wondering why would this God in this Bible that you guys believe in, which I believe is written solely for the Jews, why did this God in this Bible make his creations that he loves so much? Why did he make them eat each other in order to survive?
He didn't make them. Actually, people chose to do such things. He didn't
God
make them
doesn't
do
make
that. But if you
anybody
could
do
show a
anything.
chapter and verse,
Why did he make a lion? Why did he make a lion and a gazelle?
Because it's a beautiful creation and it fell. So now the
There's
animals
no
have
reason
to
why
eat
he
other
wouldn't do
animals,
that.
and people eat other animals. Go ahead, Real. That's fine. It's a beautiful creation. I like to see
God wouldn't make his creation the way he wants to make it.
Wait a minute. The big
You
problem
have no
is
good argument for why he wouldn't do that.
The big problem is SE Montreal that you're scoffing at God's creation, telling him he didn't do a good job, and that's a serious issue.
In your
Bro,
opinion,
you're
the lion
brainwashed,
shouldn't
bro.
eat the
You're
gazelle. You have
afraid
nothing
to
to
answer
back
the
that up with.
question.
You have
I'm
nothing
brainwashed
to
because I
stand
think
on
God's
moral.
creation was
Yeah,
beautiful.
you're afraid, bro. You're
Because
talking
I
like a
believe in
baller
God.
now. You're
Are
talking
you
like a
SE
baller.
Montreal?
You
Because I
believe.
love God's creation. Really, SE Montreal?
Won't lion and lamb lay together? Is it right?
Oh
Isn't
my
it supposed to be the lion doesn't eat the lamb?
At the beginning, it was good. Then man screwed up because of people like you, and now it sucks and things kill each other because of
You're
man.
insane, bro.
Period.
You're insane if you
I'm
believe
insane.
that.
You're the
Yeah.
man. You're justifying your own perversions, SE Montreal, blaming God for the acts of man. Are you fucking out of your mind?
I'm
Free
not
will.
blaming God. I
Free will.
gave you a question.
Are you out of your
went
fucking
ballistic.
mind, SE Montreal? Are you on crack? Blaming God
have
for
free
man's
will.
actions?
You can't answer the question. You're triggered, bro.
Man has free will. Right?
I just answered the question. You're on crack blaming God for what man did.
Man has free will, right?
You're turned into a psychopath.
Why did
Might as well
God
be an
make
atheist.
a lion
Why
eat
did
and
God do
terrify
that?
a gazelle live?
Bro, you need to take those tears and wash my windshield. You are absolutely out of your mind right now, SE Montreal. Why did God do it? Are you serious? Go to the chat and join your atheist
What?
friends.
Are you
What,
a preacher, bro?
Yeah.
Are you wearing a white robe right now? Are you
Yeah.
preaching?
Exactly.
Oh, here comes
What-
the crackhead. Yeah, take another ball crack hit because it's
can you
God's fault. Blame
Can
God.
you answer me? What race killed Jesus? Right? Put him on the crucifix. Right? What race was that? Was there a race?
I think it's called the human race.
Okay, cool. And was there a denomination that put him up there? What was that?
Probably a Jew.
You mean the Jews? The Jews killed Jesus.
Well, strictly, it was the Romans.
Now it's the Jews' fault. That's great. So now it's all the Jews' fault too. Wow, it's amazing. Yeah, because obviously they're practicing Jews.
Just saying.
Right.
Just saying.
Yeah.
That's how it's written.
So we know
that's how it's written.
So it really.
It's
that's
written
not
that
how
way.
it's. They're not the Jews. They obviously
Jesus
didn't follow
went to
the
his
law
death.
of God. Oh my gosh, these people didn't even follow the law of God, but they're Jews. That's another crack hit.
Jesus didn't. They
Say
didn't.
the
Jesus
Jewish
wanted-
tribe. The tribe of David.
Jesus,
Go
like,
Oh, a
Go
Jewish
ahead.
tribe.
Remember
It's
that he
God's
was
fault.
prophecy.
Sorry, Red
So
Dan.
he
Go
wasn't.
ahead. Sorry.
I'm just saying he allowed himself to be killed. It's not like they killed him and he was like, oh shit. Like this was what was meant to happen. It was always supposed to
The
happen.
Jews couldn't kill anybody. The Romans did it.
I'm gonna pass
That's
this crack pipe to the
ridiculous.
next person, Montreal. I don't want to smoke your crack, but Toy Brandon, thanks for having me on. I
Hey,
appreciate
shut the
it, guys.
fuck up with your
It's
crack
been
pipe,
really
you
fun,
fucking
guys.
moron. What are you,
Okay,
a
SE
preacher?
Montreal, I'm gonna
Shut the
perform
fuck
an
up.
exorcist on you next time, since you have many demons inside that puny little head of yours. God bless, guys. Thanks for playing.
Shut the fuck up, you moron. You sound like a preacher. Shut up. So now, you guys sound like
That
ballers.
guy.
I repeat.
What?
You sound like ballers. You believe. It's like you believe in gravity. You believe in this Bible.
Oh, absolutely.
Sorry,
Yeah,
man.
absolutely.
That's the
100%.
hard,
Yep.
cold truth.
Yes.
No, the
That's
difference
yes, that's
is
exactly true.
baller
Yes,
doesn't
I
admit-
believe it.
A baller doesn't
You're-
admit he has beliefs.
That's right. That's the problem. That's the difference. I have absolutely no problem admitting that I believe that God exists. There's a creator. He has a plan for me. He values me. I have no problem telling anybody that I believe those things absolutely 100%, and I cannot show them it's true for them. I can't do that. The problem with the Globers is that they say they have basically a better belief, and they can prove it, and they try to force it on other people. That's the difference.
Listen,
if you
Bob,
believe something
I can
for
respect
yourself,
that, bro.
that's fine for you.
Bob,
Listen,
and if you
Bob.
don't make anybody else believe, if you don't try to make someone else
Montreal,
believe it,
listen,
then that's
Bob.
okay.
Listen, Bob.
There's nothing wrong with having a personal
don't
belief.
you don't
But
need a book to
not
tell
the other
you.
guy's
You think there's
angle. The
something
other
wrong
guy's
with
angle
holding a
is
personal
this,
belief?
you're gonna burn.
Then you
you're
have a problem.
crackhead, You're
Bob.
yeah.
Bob, you don't need a book to tell you who you are. You don't need a book.
No, I
to
don't need a
tell
book
you
to tell me
that.
who I am.
Exactly. Okay. So end of
I never
story.
claimed that you did.
Right there. You are the story. You are the author.
I never
You
claimed
are
that you needed a
everything,
book to tell you
okay?
who you are.
You don't need a book to tell you who you are in this world, or me,
Exactly.
or Montreal. Okay.
Well said, Aaron.
I think you guys are missing the bigger picture. The most important question: bacon and egg sandwiches. Is this a sin or not?
Not.
No.
Eat freely, mate.
It's not a sin.
Eat freely.
God made it clear that there's no more distinction
SE,
between clean or unclean.
Yeah, SE, personally, I just want to apologise. Like, you were treated terribly by him. He's
That guy
contravening
treated,
his
as
own.
far as I can tell, he treated everybody in here terribly. He started
Yeah,
throwing out accusations and name calling. I thought maybe there was going to be like a honest, positive discussion, and he made it clear there was not going to
It was
be.
me.
Yeah.
It was Phase
No,
One who did that. Okay. I
Yeah,
came up with
Pillbox is
accusations. I'm the one
hardcore.
testing
He's
the
hardcore preacher. He is.
I'll take the blame.
That's
I'll
straight
take
up
the blame.
preaching there, man. Come on.
Sounding a bunch
I mean,
of
you
crap.
know,
Yeah, it is. It is SC. It is.
Yeah, but it done from a not a good heart. Like it's his heart wasn't
Right, I
caring
did
for
not
you,
hear
SE,
any
and you're
love in what he was just trying to accomplish there.
exactly. He wasn't
I mean, I
caring
don't know
about
what
you
he
and your
thought he was
future
doing
and
right,
your
but that was-
well-being.
Even if he
So
really
what part
honestly
of the
believes that he's
Bible?
totally right.
What part of the Bible, FE, is he disrespecting by conducting himself that way?
Oh, Jesus' main command, like
Yes, exactly. Yeah,
Love thy neighbor as
exactly.
thyself.
Yeah.
Yeah, treat one another as I have, love one another as I have loved you. You know, like
Yeah.
Oh, and the
you
scriptures
just
make it
can't.
clear that Christians
There you
are going to
go.
be separated from the world. That's how they're going to tell how Christians are different from the world is how they treat each other, how they treat
Yeah.
each other. So if how could you possibly think that coming in here and just calling names and telling people they have demons in their head and stuff like that, how is that? Are you
Crackhead.
trying to save some? Do you care if you save anyone?
No, nobody
you help
said you
someone?
have demons in your head. Stop it.
Well, that guy, you didn't
You're-
hear that
you're
guy
making
right
that
before he
up,
left.
bro.
I think he said SC has demons in his head. Didn't you hear him?
So many
Yeah,
demons.
yeah, he did. He did say that.
Okay, so I'm not the only one who heard that. I'm pretty sure he said it very directly that SC has demons in his head. So, I mean, like, who are you helping by making that claim? Who are you, like, are you even trying to help somebody?
Okay,
That doesn't sound like helping.
back because I don't believe SE has demons in his head. Actually,
No, I don't think anybody has demons in their head, but not like actual demons.
Don't be speaking for SE. SE can answer that question.
Well, I may have one or two. Come on now. Like,
There you go.
hey, and you know what? And so do you, right? So do you, all of you, right? You have.
Don't tell me I do, Aaron. Don't
And
be
when you
talking
say
for
demon,
me.
when
Talk
we
for
say
yourself.
demon, we
Don't be talking. Who are you to talk for me, Aaron? Don't be talking for me. Talk for yourself.
SE, you said that possibly we have demons in our head, right? And I agree with you because we are with free will, right? Totally free will. We can think good, we can think bad, right? We have the
I truly
angel,
believe that. Yeah, we have both
exactly, the
good and
angels
evil
on
in
our
us.
shoulders. We could make it the right choice or the wrong choice. You know what I mean? And these guys over here, fucking bandsaws, telling me that he doesn't have a fucking he doesn't have a bad demon on his shoulder.
When did I say that? I never said that, Aaron. Don't be putting words in my
Well,
mouth.
I'm going to talk for you and say that you do.
It's not your birthday anymore, so the gloves are off. Don't be talking about me or for me, you little prick.
You shut your mouth.
Shut your mouth first. Shut your mouth first.
I really hope that this is just friendly
Go ahead,
jibing or something. Sweet niblets.
Let me say one thing, though, guys, if I may. I want to stress one thing, that I do not disrespect anybody with beliefs. Like I said, I was an altar boy. I grew up in a religious family. My mom is
Me too.
extra religious. Just don't preach to me. Don't tell me what I have to believe. That's all I want.
Nobody should ever tell you that you have to they should never try to force you to believe something.
You mean
can't
the book?
force somebody to believe
You mean the
something.
book?
Okay, they have to come to conclusions on their own. Okay, no, I'm not. Just listen to what I'm saying, Aaron. No one should ever try to force you to believe something. You can't do. It's not possible. Somebody has to decide to believe something. You can't force them. So either you have an argument that you can convince them with, or you don't. If you make your argument and they don't believe you, then you just have to say, okay, I've made my argument, you don't believe me, and drop it. The problem with the people
we can
who
still be
believe in the
friends.
globe earth is they won't drop it. They'll insist all kinds of negative things and crap, even though you've already heard their quote-unquote argument, and you've said, okay, I don't believe that. They have they have no reason to continue talking to you about it, because you've already said you don't take what they say as accurate. No matter what it is that you believe, you shouldn't be trying to force somebody to believe it. You can't do that. It's not possible.
Well said, Bob.
Yeah.
Hey, F Evangelist, have you been able to read any of those things I sent you?
Man, I think I went back and links, I haven't even got them anymore.
Alright, I'll try to remember to send.
If you can, just DM me with them again, Travis. I apologise. I started on the first one, and then I went back to it. I don't know, maybe 3-4 weeks later. I can't even find the links anymore, and yeah, we haven't mentioned it since. So please resend it, and I'll get onto them.
All right.
The thing, like, MG blows in here. Like, he doesn't know any of us, and he just starts barking his, dogma at everybody and abusing SE. It's just uncalled for and wrong.
I want to explain the point that I was making to that guy about Peter. And I realize that you've indicated you don't necessarily believe the Bible, or that you need the Bible or anything like that. So the point I'm going to make right now is not, you don't have to necessarily, the point I want to make doesn't have to, I'm not teaching you the Bible necessarily directly. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to clarify the point I was making, and it's a point that applies to everything, Bible or not.
You keep stuttering, Bob.
It's a logical
point. The original argument was
hold on. I want to make the logical argument.
I want, right?
I want to point out the logical argument. Okay,
we have free will, right? And
unclean meats.
This is the question.
Were
I asked,
declared
why
as
do we need the book?
Aaron, just let him finish, man. Let him torpedo.
Let me make a logical point.
Well,
Aaron,
because
okay?
he's trampling all over the question, the original question.
No. Listen, I'm not talking about your question or anything you were dealing with. I'm just talking about the one point I was making with him, that he refused to answer my question, or didn't hear it, or whatever it was, but he didn't answer it. And I was trying to make a point with him, and it's a logic point, okay? You can read in the Old Testament direction given to somebody about unclean meats, okay? In the New Testament, there's someone from those people who were given those instructions who is directly told by God. His name was Peter. He was an apostle. He was told directly by God.
Teach me, Bob? Why are you trying to
teach
me, Bob?
Aaron, if you don't want to listen, that's fine. God told Peter, an apostle and a Jew, directly to eat of those unclean meats. So somebody has to determine logically either one of two things. Either God, who is good and can only do good, directed somebody to sin, or it wouldn't be sin for Peter to have eaten those meats like God told him to. Those are the two conclusions that are available when God directly commands him to eat of those meats.
Yep.
That's the logical
What's
point.
an unclean meat? What is an unclean meat? Is it just pig or is it rabbit?
No,
there's a bunch of in Leviticus.
There was a
There's a bunch
list, I
of things,
think,
Chris.
of a number of different things that were considered to be unclean, and they weren't supposed to eat of them. And when in the New Testament, when he's told to eat, it says a sheet is let down. There was all manner of like four-footed beasts and thing, basically. And he says, rise up, hunt these, and eat them. He's directly told to eat them. Now,
the text
Peter
is literal, right? It's
Peter
literal
refuses to
text.
do it. He says, no, I've never eaten anything unclean. You know, I've done what I'm supposed to as a Jew, and I've not eaten those things. But God was trying to teach him a lesson. But if God commanded him to eat those meats and then he did it, you either have to conclude that it would have been right for him to eat those meats, and therefore the law was not in effect then, or God directly told him to sin, and we can't trust anything God says anymore because he might tell us to sin.
Okay, now
That's the
we
only two
don't
options
have to
that
go.
left.
We don't have to go any more into what the literal or biblical.
No,
text
I
is
just wanted to make
right
the logic
now. We
point
don't have
here
to go
that I was
because
trying to make
the,
that other guy.
The initial question.
It's only a
has
matter of
not-
logic there.
the
You don't get to
initial
come up with other
question has
answers out of
not-
nowhere.
The initial question hasn't been answered. Okay. If we
I
have
don't
free
know
will,
what the initial question was.
Okay, well, if we
Please don't
do
take
we
us
have
back
free
to
will?
driver's licenses, Aaron.
No,
No,
it'll
please,
be.
no.
Do we have free will? Right, Bob? Do we have free will?
Yes, we do.
Okay, cool,
Yes.
cool. So why do I need a book to tell me how to direct this free will?
Because you have free will. That's why.
Yeah. It's guidance.
Oh my God, that's
You have a
bad
choice
answer,
to do
Bob.
good or
That's a
evil.
bad answer.
So that's why you need God's word to let you know
Okay,
which one is
so
which
we're
and how to decide.
granted free
That's
will
why.
by who? Who are we granted free will from?
God.
Okay, cool. And then God wrote this text, or we have a text, right? Why do I have to refer to that text if I have free will, right?
Because you
I'm
have free will.
all-knowing,
That's
I'm
why.
all-knowing. I'm son
Let me
of
give you an
God,
example, Aaron.
right?
Let me give you a very crude example, very basic example. You go and buy a new truck from Chevrolet. There's an owner's handbook in the glove box. You have free will. You can read it or not read it. Up to you. But you probably won't get the best out of your truck if you don't open that book and read it.
Those are the worst books ever to open, just so you know.
That's not the point. His point
'Cause they don't
stands.
say anything. So
if you can't start your truck on a
God
cold
gives
day,
you free
you
will,
open the book and the book might tell you to pull the choke out because the guy who designed the truck wrote the book. It will
Right.
give you
And
what you need.
If the book was
sorry.
Bad
complete and
example.
perfect,
Okay,
there
let's-
wouldn't
let's
be
get back-
anything you
let's get
couldn't
back.
find about the
Let's
truck.
get back. Let's get back to free will, right? So I have free will granted
I think my
by
point was
God.
missed.
So
I'm out.
does
I
God
think it
give
was
me?
too, I think it
No,
was.
I have a question now, right? Does God give me free will to create sin or do a sinful act? Even though I'm granted free
Yes.
will. Right?
Yes,
100%.
you have the right to sin.
Oh. Okay, so God created the right for chaos, right?
Yes.
Listen, okay, stop. Okay. We're
Travis, thank you.
We're
Come
not,
on in.
Yeah, we're not. Okay, we are approaching from 2 or 3 different perspectives. One perspective is that understood that this is somehow relevant to every person. Okay, that's one perspective. That is our and
You're clipping, Travis.
Yeah,
sorry?
He's clipping out.
You're clipping.
cutting
We
out
can't
a
hear
little
you
bit,
properly,
but
brother.
we can
Yeah,
hear you.
that's why I've been quiet this time, because I figured I was going to be doing that.
You on a
We
cell
kind of get
phone or?
80% of your sentence, but we lose
I
the top
would
and
love to
tail.
hear. I would love to hear Travis's point of view on this. Right, from everything we talked about for the past
He needs
20
to buy a
minutes.
computer or something. Oh.
Yeah, get in an internet cafe, Travis.
No, I'm driving right now. That's why.
When are they going to have just towers everywhere so everybody has a good connection all the time? Come on.
Yeah.
Where's
what about
that 5G
something like,
at now?
I don't know, 5G? Yeah.
SpaceX towers.
I'm waiting for
Listen,
7G.
fine. You know what? If you need to make my skin melt off for me to get a good connection, then do it. No.
Because I wanna listen to Travis.
That's funny, Bob. I'll melt my skin just to have a good connection. Fuck.
That's right. You're going to give us digital leprosy, then do it already. At least give me high speeds.
That's right. I'll stand
I gotta
naked.
download the Spider-Man movie faster. See what the latest
Standing
cat
naked in
memes are.
tinfoil. You know what I mean? Like, I'll just be like, hey, where's my connection? Come on. So cool, though. You know, the world is apparently the Globers is surrounded by satellites that bring us all these connections, all every single day, every single moment, all that shit. And where Travis is cutting out.
He's not a priority. That's why.
Oh yeah,
NASA's not going to prioritize some non-ball Earth believer. Come on now.
He's got the COVID.
Only the special boys get fast internet.
Bob and the other guy and everybody, you listen. I just love this argument about religion, okay? So there's no, and yes, Bandsaw, you too, I heard you cough.
What do you mean? Well, I mean, cough? What are you talking about?
I'm not looking to just argue with somebody. I thought that guy was possibly going to have a real, honest, possibly fruitful conversation. He made it clear that is not what he was going for. At least to me, it didn't seem like he was trying to at all. So I'm not going to engage with that. If he wants to just have an argument for an argument's sake, that's not what I'm interested in. I want to have positive, useful, fruitful, meaningful conversations with people.
Exactly. That guy too. That's why I questioned him. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude?
And you hear Bob?
And that doesn't mean we always agree either. Like we can argue about stuff, and that's fine. As long as we're both trying to find real, true answers, then as far as I know, we're doing what we're supposed to, is try and find real, true answers.
I'm God-given. I'm God-willed. That's right. I am. You can't deny it. Right, Bob?
Deny what?
I'm God-given and I'm God-willed. Right?
I'm not sure what that's supposed to mean exactly, but...
meaning I'm the same as you, right?
Existence?
So, yeah, I'm the same as you. So my mind
as far as existence, yes, we were all given by God, and we are all willed to be here and exist by God.
And you should never want to kill me because I speak. That's it.
Want to kill, or be willing to kill?
It's up to you. Whatever you want.
I think there's a difference there. I don't think that people should spend their life wanting to take human life. That's a problem. But I think that people should be willing to defend when they are supposed to defend.
I pose no threat on this channel. Right? So you shouldn't want to kill me. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, okay, so like I shouldn't want to kill you because you think differently from me. That's just stupid. That's like that's an immense amount of retardation for you to want to kill somebody else because their thought is different. How, like, can you get much, if at all, dumber than that?
You've heard it on this show.
like that's what a tyrant or a dictator does, right? Like when there's dissent in the people, they eliminate those people. It's just like
you mean like YouTube and you know.
That's not how you prove that you're right. Is by killing everyone who disagrees with you. That doesn't prove that you're right. That's not how that works.
So your dictators that run the country, right? They're shutting down YouTube. They're shutting down all your voice, like all where, you know, like you just said. Why do you vote for them? Why do you pay them? Why do you give them money? Why do you give them the resource to do what they're doing? Why do we do this? It's a problem with the humanity, actually. Right?
There's only one thing wrong with humanity. That's humans.
Wow. No, that's not how that works.
Yes, it is. That's exactly.
If that was true, that would mean that God made a mistake, and God doesn't make mistakes.
Whoa.
Humans are designed the way they were supposed to be designed. They have the capacity for good or evil. It's the free will of a person. They are drawn away of their own lust. So what's wrong with humanity is individual. It's inside each person. They've decided to be wrong because of
including
themselves.
you, right? Including you, Bob. Right? Including
I
you.
have done things that are wrong.
That
Absolutely.
individuality.
I wish I could go back and not do those wrong things. I wish that I could just always do what's right.
Come on.
I would love
God
that,
has to
but
take
I am
some
a weak person
responsibility.
sometimes.
God is the one that
Sometimes
gave
I
us
do bad
free
things,
will.
and I wish
So
I
he
didn't.
doesn't get a free ticket from the responsibility. He's the one that created the free will. So he's got to take a little bit of the responsibility.
Yeah. Yep. Tell me,
If you wanna
Bob.
look at it
How
like
do I
that.
live free? Tell me, Bob. Free will. How do I live? Tell me.
Do you not think God maybe did that when he sent his son to get crucified on your behalf? Maybe he did take some of that responsibility, Crusade.
Cool.
Yeah,
But
no,
I
I'm
was
not
already
saying he
granted.
didn't
I was
wrong
already
at
granted
all.
with that will. So where do I read up on how to check up? You know, how do I know? Like, oh, okay. Oh, this is what God said. Even though I was
And that's a pretty
granted.
damn big sacrifice.
Someone
the
allowing
foremost,
you to
right?
live freely is not the same as someone taking responsibility for your actions. The government is not responsible for our actions because we live
I'm not
in
talking
a
about the
free
government.
country.
I'm
That's
talking
not how
about
it
some
works.
guy that just
No,
jumped
I'm using
in.
an
I think it might have
analogy.
been FE.
It's called an analogy. Someone allowing you to live your life freely and not bothering you is not the same as them taking responsibility for your life. If I
So
don't
why do
ever
you
interact with you,
live
I
your
don't take
life
responsibility
under the
for your
gun? Why do you
decisions.
live your life under the gun, under taxation, under another man, under a voting scheme, under a license scheme? Why do you live your life like that? That's not what God granted you, right?
What does that have to do with
Bob?
the point? It sounds like you're changing the
That's
subject.
not what God granted you, Bob.
Yes, it is. In fact, the Bible literally
God
says
granted
that's what he
you.
granted them.
God
Yes.
granted you the will to live under another man, right?
Not the will.
Not Jesus.
God granted us governments. Yes, he created the concept of government for our
really?
good.
Oh my
Yes,
God.
it's good
Okay,
for us to be
I got
governed.
to read this. This should be good.
Yeah, I think it's
gotta
in Romans chapter 13. Start at verse 1, and it'll tell you very
Give
clearly.
unto Caesar
The concept
what is
of governance
Caesar's,
is
right?
good for
Yeah.
us, and we should be willing to be governed. If the government steps out of line and does something that they're not authorized by God to do, then we don't have to listen to that particular thing.
Do you
But we should
believe
not be
that
rebellious people. We should not refuse to be governed. In fact, as Christians, we should always live our life in a governed state. We should always try to be in control of ourselves. That's what Jesus did. He always sought what the will of God was
if
and
you have to
controlled
pay to live, if you have to pay to live in your free will, if you have to pay to live in your free will,
if you're
granted by
concerned
God
about the
on this
money
nature,
aspect of it, you're not thinking
right?
about it properly because money
then
doesn't matter.
you're not
The love of
thinking
money
about it
is
properly, Bob.
the root
So
of all
what's the
evil.
definition of the Bible's government? Right? Is that a government of basic rules, right, good and bad sort of thing, or is the Bible's definition of a government, a group of men governing over other men?
So the way the
what
Bible
to do?
states it makes it clear that it has to do with rulers. It says things like principalities, powers, rulers, things like that. So it makes it clear that it is talking about those who rule above. In fact, I might even use the phrase "those who rule above you." There's a certain amount of respect that we're supposed to give to people who have positions that are higher than us in the ruling government. Okay, that doesn't mean that you do everything they say just because they say it. It doesn't mean they have the right to tell you to do wrong things and then you have to obey them. It doesn't mean any of that. All it means is that you as an individual should not be unwilling to be governed. Okay, you should
So
not
are you
refuse.
saying
Think
then,
about this. That's
Bob,
exactly what a
that
psychopath is. That's
person
what
like the Queen,
a
all right,
a
let's just
criminal
take a
is.
person
They
like the Queen,
refuse to be
Bob.
governed.
Hold on a sec. Are you saying like a person like the Queen, right, demands my respect and obedience, even though I don't know her, even though she has nothing wrong, but because she is the Queen, I have to respect her power over me. Is that what the Bible says?
Only to a certain extent.
Individual. But why? This person has absolutely...
The only answer I have for you, and it might not convince you, the only answer I have for you is that God tells us to do that. There's a certain amount of respect that they are owed. You don't have to give them more than that. You don't have to do everything they say just because they say it. Like I said, there is simply a certain amount of respect that God says they are due because of their position. So a judge, if I as a Christian am to walk into a courtroom and say, you know what, judge, forget you, you're a stupid retard, I don't care if you are the judge, I'm wrong. Even if I disagree with what the judge thinks, I'm still wrong because his position affords him a certain amount of respect.
But why does a king or a judge demand any more respect from me than, say, you do, Bob? Why don't you get the same amount of respect from me, right, as what the Queen would do, or a judge, or my next door neighbour? Isn't everyone equal?
Or the tax collector? The tax collector.
Again, the only answer I have to give you for that, and it might not convince you, is that God directs us to. That's all.
Okay, well, it seems a little bit cloudy.
That's free will, Bob. So
it's the only reason I would, like, if I didn't have direct command from God telling me to act that way to people that are above me in authority in the physical world, I would probably spend my time insulting politicians all the time and calling them names or whatever, like disrespect them, not following the rules, the laws ever.
What do you mean?
I might spend my whole life doing all those things, but I don't, because I read that God doesn't want me to be like that. He wants me to show them at least a certain amount of respect.
You continue to pay these politicians, these tax collectors, these judges, these politicians, everything you spoke about, Bob, right? You continue to pay them, right?
Yes, absolutely. Yes, yeah. I don't spend my time just calling them names and stuff. No.
You believe they'll give you the right judgment for your life? Is that why?
No, it has nothing to do with them. No.
What's it up?
It's because I want the good judgment from God. That's why. And God tells me to give them a certain amount of respect. That's why.
I've just got a quick question for John. So, John, right? Do you agree with that interpretation that the Queen or a copper or a judge demands? The Bible says they demand more respect because they're in a power of authority than my neighbour or you do from me. Do you agree with that take?
Oh, you're starting.
I think you misinterpreted what I was saying.
I don't think I have misinterpreted.
Maybe I said it wrong.
Bob, I think you should shut up. Okay, just shut up.
I didn't say more respect.
You should shut up.
As in other humans.
Guys,
shut up.
What's that?
Yeah, I'd have to look into it again because I haven't probably never studied it. But yes, we are to submit to government because all government is appointed by God. But government can also get out of hand, and then if there's some directive which contravenes what God's law or God's, what's righteous to Him,
right,
then we're not to follow that instruction or that direction. But government itself is appointed by God. I'm not sure that He loves it, but I mean, Israel, for example, asked for a king, and he basically said,
John, what is free will?
I'll give it to you if you want it.
What is free will? What is that?
Okay, let's not change the subject though.
That's the original question, bro. Come on.
But what is free will? It's the ability to make the decision to do whatever the hell you want to do, Aaron. That's what
absolutely.
Free will is.
Yeah, without harming somebody else. With free will.
No. Aaron, that's wrong. Free will includes harming other people. You have
Absolutely.
the free will
No,
to do
no,
that.
that's
That
not
doesn't
what
make
I
it
read.
right.
I didn't read that.
I don't
I
care
didn't
if you
read
read it.
that.
That's what free will
I
is.
said
You asked me what
I
free
read
will
I
was.
read that if I have free will, I can express myself on this earth as long as I want, as
Any
long as I
way you
do
want.
not harm anybody else.
No,
You
that's
didn't
not
read
true.
that
That's it.
anywhere. You did not read that.
Yeah, you've just made that
You
up.
did not read that about free will.
It's a
If you
it's
did,
a
you would be able to
shortened
point me
version.
directly to the verse
It's a
that says
shortened
it.
version of exactly what free will is, right?
No, it isn't.
Free
You are
will
Okay,
wrong.
so
is the
you tell
ability
me
to
what
do
free will
anything.
is. Tell me again.
Free will
That I
is
can
the
kill
ability to
people.
make
what
You tell
decisions.
me I can kill people. I can go out and
Yep.
just
Yes, you
rape
can. You can
people. I can
absolutely
do all
do
the
that.
shit, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
Sure
that's
thing.
free
you
will.
can.
So,
We're saying yes to everything.
so your free will only understands the satanic mind of
No,
No,
the mind,
you can
because
right?
do
guess
good
what?
as
You
well.
can also
Not the
go to good
goodwill
things.
mind of the mind. Can I go out
Oh,
and help people? How about that? Can I go out and help
yep.
people,
You can do
Free
that
feed
too.
will.
people,
That's
maybe
the
Yep.
create a
point.
farm, and
Yep.
can I also do
Okay.
good
Yeah,
things,
So
right?
it
yes
sounds
to
like he's
Okay,
actually
cool.
just
everything.
trying to stir up stuff. He's not trying to actually learn
You know what
anything or have a good
everything means,
conversation.
Aaron?
So
You guys
if
are
you're
always
not going to
going
change
over.
that,
You
I'm
guys
not
are
going to
always going over towards the sin part. Why the sin? Why the
Okay, so
bad
now
part?
he's
Aaron,
changed it. He's changed what the
listen,
conversation is
you
about.
can do
I
anything
think
So
you
back to
want.
what we were discussing about the rulers. Okay, we're told that we shouldn't be basically just insulting them, like or disrespecting them because their position affords them a certain, like, whenever you read about the apostles, like they'll go in front of like the high priest or the governor or whatever. Now, the countries that they were in, the rulers that were
What
over them,
the fuck are you
necessarily
talking about,
nice
Bob?
to
Stop
them.
it.
You weren't
You
necessarily
don't know
treating
what
them
the fuck you're
properly,
talking about.
but they
Stop it.
still showed them that
You
respect that was
don't
due
know
to their
what you're
position.
talking about, Bob. Stop it. You don't know
Okay.
what you're
So
talking
it's
about.
not a matter
I can
of
only
Let me
find
esteeming
give you an
another
example.
human
phases.
above
Let me
other
give you an
humans.
example.
I'm
It's a
not
matter
gonna
of
let you go
giving the
on and
due
on
respect to a
with your
position
fucking
that you're
sinful
I'll
fucking
give you an
telling me
example
that I have
from
an
the Bible.
authority, even though I've been granted free will by the grace of God, right?
I'll give
Come
you
on,
an
Bob.
example, Aaron. The apostles were called before, was it Pilate or whoever the government was, and they said, okay, we'll let you go as long as you promise not to preach about Jesus anymore. So they let them go, and they went out and they started preaching again straight away, because what
right.
the government told them to do went against what God wanted them
Exactly.
to do.
Yeah, you know what an apostate
So,
is? Not an apostle.
and
You know
it's
what
the
an
same way with
apostate
something
is?
like
Do
marriage,
you
where
know what
God
an
has put like the
apostate
husband
is?
as the head
Go
of the
look it
household.
up.
An
It's
But
apostate.
that doesn't give
a
the husband the
denier.
right
That's
to
right.
demand from his
So
wife things that are
Jesus had
sinful.
10, 12, or 11 fucking deniers, apostles. Look up the word apostate. Apostate.
I know what it
So in
means.
1
What's your
Peter
point?
Just
chapter
look it
2,
up. Right?
verse 13, it says,
But
submit
It means a
yourselves to every
denier of the
of man
idea.
for
That's
the
what it
Lord's sake,
means.
whether it be to the king or as supreme, or unto governors, as unto
No,
them
it
that are
doesn't.
sent by him
Go
for the
look it
punishment of
up. Look up
evildoers,
apostate.
and for the praise of them that do
Apostate.
well. For so
Apostate.
is the
Why are
will of
you
God, that with
getting off
well
into
doing he
apostate?
may put to silence the ignorance of foolish
It
men.
means
So basically, by
denier of the
treating the
authority.
government with the
Denier
respect
of the
that it's
authority.
owed, just the respect it's owed, not anymore, just the respect it's owed, and not being rebellious and being willing to be governed and peaceable, we can actually get basically praise from those same people, and basically they should be able to point to us and say, that's a good person, he's a good citizen, he's not doing evil, he's not refusing to be governed, and look at what he has, look at the fruits that he bears. Should we maybe have a life like him?
For unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and the government shall be upon his shoulder, and his name shall be called Wonderful, Counselor, the Mighty God, the Everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace.
End of story.
I'm not sure
Of
if
the increase of his government and peace, there shall be no end upon the throne of David and upon his kingdom, to order it and to establish it with judgment and with justice from henceforth ever, even forever. The zeal of the Lord of hosts will perform this. And I will clothe him with thy robe, and strengthen him with thy girdle. And I will commit thy government into his hand, and he shall be a father to the inhabitants of Jerusalem and to the house of Judah.
This doesn't
End of story.
dispute what I'm
End of
saying. That doesn't go against what I just said.
I'm not saying it does, Bob. I'm just saying.
Oh,
that's what I
okay.
can find. Yeah. No, I'm not. That's not a rebuttal to.
Oh, okay.
It's just what
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, that doesn't disagree with anything that I read. That sounds like that's all.
It doesn't.
All lines up just fine. No, it doesn't.
Okay, cool. How do you get your
Absolutely not.
authority? How do you get your authority, Bob?
Well, Aaron, if you're asking honestly and want a real answer, then what we need to determine is which type of authority are you talking about? Man's authority or God's authority?
Always man's, of course.
Always
because
man's
we already
authority?
have free will, right? I already have free will.
If you're asking me how I get man's authority, then it would be based on how man has established to get authority to do things. If I want authority to drive a vehicle on public roads, I follow man's
you
rules
don't
for
have
that.
authority. No, you don't have authority.
Well, then I'm not sure why you asked the question. If you're talking about man's authority and you say I don't have it, then according to you, I never obtained man's authority. So why would you ask me how I obtained something that I never obtained?
Do you ask permission from another man to build a house, or even have a bank loan to build a house, or even a bank loan or a mortgage?
Some people do. I haven't.
Okay,
I've never had a house loan.
I know, because your parents did, though, right? Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
Sure. Okay. So was that from God, Jesus? Like, oh, we have to ask
Was what?
another.
You're not even
man
making
down
good
here
sense
with
to me. It doesn't
moral
sound like you're
authority.
making any sort of a logical, coherent point or anything. It sounds like you're bouncing around. Do you have an actual point, or are you just trying to ask random questions?
Just asking you what life you live in here. Are you okay with
one that I live in.
licenses
That's the
and
life I live.
mortgages and debt and everything? Are you okay with all that, or do you want God's life, God's presentation?
I'm okay
right?
with everything that's good,
flat earth.
and I stand against everything that's evil.
Well, it doesn't sound like it, man. Yeah.
Well, that's fine. If it doesn't sound like it to you, then it doesn't sound like it to you.
That's right.
I'm not particularly worried about whether or not it sounds like I live right to you. You've done nothing to convince me that you are a standard to go by.
I live free. I have no worries. I'm living off the land.
From what I understand, you live far more freely than you should. You don't govern yourself.
Far more
you don't
freely.
control yourself
Far
properly.
more freely
That's what it
than
sounds like.
I live far more
I
freely
think God
than I
instructs
should.
us to keep control of ourselves, to temper ourselves, to have patience, to actually be in control of our body and our life.
Anyone that lives off the land is living far more freely than they should. Right, Bob?
You don't seem like someone who is particularly concerned, if at all, with doing something like that. It seems like you're just
Not at
concerned
all,
with
man.
doing
I'm
whatever you
concerned
want
with your freedom, which
and telling
I'm
anybody
not
else that
seeing
you
it.
can do it because you have free will, which is not a good standard whatsoever for a good,
I'm concerned with your
content,
freedom,
fulfilled
which
life.
you are expressing to me that you don't have, and that's what concerns me. That's all. Okay.
You're concerned?
I'm concerned with. You said that you have freedom, and you're expressing to me that you don't have freedom by being licensed and not being able to grow your own food and not being able
I
to
never said
sustain
that.
your own life.
Now you're making things
and
up.
that's what concerns me. That's
So you're concerned about nonsense that didn't happen and I didn't say. Okay.
Yeah. How are your tomatoes, Bob? Growing good?
Are you sober?
How are your onions? Come on. Potatoes. How about that?
If I had to guess, I would guess no.
Why would you judge, Bob? First of all,
I didn't
why are you
say I
being a
would
judge?
Yes.
So, okay. So don't be a
What,
judge.
from what
right?
from what I read, Bob, in those passages that I read out before, it's like the government or governing is within yourself.
It is. Yeah, I mean that's basically what it is.
Yeah, yeah.
You're
like a
determining
entity
within
or an
yourself
organisation.
you can be controlled rather than basically doing what it sounds like Aaron is describing is declaring your free will and doing whatever the heck you want whenever the heck you want. A person who will not be governed.
Yeah, but I still don't get, and I may have misunderstood it, right? Which is quite possible. How a entity such as the Queen or a president or a prime minister or whatever form of authority actually demands. God kind of says they demand more respect than say you do, or FE does, or Aaron does from
I
me.
I have an analogy that might help with that. I thought of an analogy that might help with that. Okay, so when a child is at school and they're with their peers, their friends and things, and they're goofing off and they might push each other a little bit. Oh, you fat loser, and just kind of jibe at each other, right? Are they being hateful to each other or disrespectful? I would say no. If children at school with their peers and their friends, and they're kind of, they're pushing each other and saying, "Oh, you fat loser! Oh, you're such a dork." Okay, are they being hateful to each other or disrespectful to each other?
Yes, 100%. Yeah.
No, they aren't. With their friends, if they're just joking with each other and playing on the playground and they're just shoving each other a little bit, maybe playing tag, being rough, playing with the football.
If you're calling your friend a fat loser, that's a form of bullying, mate. That's not very nice.
Okay, wait a minute. Maybe there's a cultural difference here because in America, that's whenever you're doing those things with your friends, it's not bullying at all. It's just you guys having fun with each other, telling jokes about each other. In fact, no, in here you guys have done it back and forth. You and Aaron have sarcastic or not seriously gone back and forth with each other, just saying things that you both understand are not actually the case. Neither of you are angry. You're just being friendly and joking, right?
You're such a dick, Bob.
Well,
that's not you bullying Aaron or Aaron bullying you.
Isn't he, FE?
You guys weren't bullying each other, were you?
It depends. It depends on the intent of
right. Yes,
that
I agree with. Right? What I'm talking about is the ones where both parties understand that it is not serious. Both parties understand that the other person cares about them, is their friend, wants to spend time with them. Both parties are aware that the situation is a good, positive, helpful situation and in no way negative.
Okay, I don't think when I make fun of Bandsaw, he thinks about all that structure, right?
Okay.
Come on,
no one, whenever at least here in America, nobody ever says those things out loud.
Come on.
They just understand it. Whenever I would go spend time with my friends, we didn't ever have to speak those words to each other. Say, this is just a joke coming up here, and then you say the joke. No, you say the joke because they already know you don't mean that they're actually a fat loser. You're just saying that because they threw the football out of bounds, and now you're calling them a fat loser.
If you want to use the schoolyard analogy, Bob, I'm quite happy to go with the schoolyard analogy because I've seen many different examples where friends, where kids, right, 1 minute are the best of friends, and the next minute they are arch nemesis, right, and then the next minute they're friends again. So when are we talking about this, right? Because you can throw hatred towards someone one day, and the next day you shake their hand.
Okay, here I have a better. I will restructure the analogy and attempt to try and get to the point I was trying to make. Okay, because we're talking about showing respect to the authority. So let's say you have a brother and a sister. Okay, the brother is older, sister is younger, and the brother tells the sister, "Go turn off the light in your room." Okay, and the sister says, "No." Now, Is that different than
That's not
if the
authority.
father says
That's
to the
not
daughter,
authority.
go turn off the light in your room, and the daughter says no? Are those two different situations?
Well, why
Yes.
has the brother told the sister to turn the light off?
And plus,
in the first
light,
place?
you know, is a pear-shaped.
Let's
Hold on,
in the analogy, the daughter doesn't know in either situation why she's being told to do it. Just in one situation, the brother told her. In the other situation, the father told her.
Yeah, but why should she do it regardless?
If
Why
her
does
father
she try and read
told
a book
her,
in her room?
if her father told her, she should do it because God tells her to obey her father. That's why.
Okay, then why should she do it because her brother told her then?
Exactly. Why should she? See, her brother is in a different position of authority, and she doesn't owe him the same respect that she owes her father, who's in a different position of authority.
So it's a
Yeah,
good
but
example.
Is the Queen my mother?
No, but that's not it's an analogy. All I'm saying is that in man-made government, there are different positions of authority. So, like, if I'm driving down the road and a random citizen turns on a light on their vehicle and tries to give me a ticket, I don't have any reason to listen to that person. They can go jump in a lake. If an authorized person, what's that?
Right, depending on what side of the fence you're on, right? One people would hold the Queen in a position of authority, and other people would hold Hitler in a position of authority.
Right. Yes, they would.
Okay, then. So what?
And listen,
so has God turned around?
I have an
and
answer
said
to that.
Okay, then. Good.
I have the answer to that is that they have a responsibility to respect Hitler right up until he makes bad decisions. If Hitler had never made any bad decisions ever and only did good, there would have been nothing wrong with anybody showing him respect. Right? Okay. So it would be okay and right and proper for them to show him the respect right up until he makes
the judge?
contrary
who's the
to God.
judge? Who's the judge?
As soon as he makes decisions contrary to God, you don't have to show them respect for those things.
Who's the judge right up to that
Hold
point?
on, Aaron. Hold on. At what point, right, do you not show them that respect? Is it the first bad decision that they make? Is it the fifth? Is it the last?
I don't think it's a matter of numbers. I think it's a matter of looking at what God says about how people are supposed to act and determining the difference between right and wrong, and then following the verse of live peaceably with all men as much as is in you. So you only go as far as you can rightly, and as soon as you meet the point where you know for sure you cannot go any further and still be right, you don't go past that point as far as respecting them. Now, with Hitler, I'm guessing you use it just like most people use it as an extreme example. So with Hitler, we would determine that, like very quickly we would determine with Hitler that we can't respect him and still be right. As soon as he would say something like, go kill innocent people, that's right there, that's a very clear, defined line of, we can't respect you anymore. You're clearly opposing God, and so we can't go along with it. But let's say...
So we shouldn't respect the Queen then, because then the Queen has said go out and kill innocent people? It's the same. The Queen has said exactly the same
if
thing.
you know of evil that they've done, don't show them respect in that evil. Absolutely not.
U.S. government.
A president. We shouldn't respect presidents because they tell us to go and kill innocent people. We shouldn't respect prime ministers.
You should not respect that. No, absolutely not.
Exactly. So these people that are in our government, basically, we shouldn't respect them from that standpoint.
So there's a difference between the, like, let's say Donald Trump, he says to go kill innocent people. Okay, I can say no, don't go kill innocent people. That's a stupid thing to do. That's a bad thing to do. That's an evil thing to do. I'm not going to do it. You shouldn't do it. Donald Trump should have never said to do it. That's dumb. Okay, none of that. I'm not sure he said that. All of those things are just pointing out evil where you see evil. But if Donald Trump is walking through your neighborhood, okay, as the president of the United States, you don't have the right to throw rotten food at him simply because you don't like the fact that he's a Republican. Okay? That's not okay. He is still your president, whether you like him or not.
Yeah, I agree with that. But you don't have
So
the
that's
right.
really all I'm saying.
You don't have the right to throw rotten food at a normal person walking down the street. It's the same, regardless of if it's the president or Joe Blow.
Right. That's true. Okay.
Yes.
And I don't know how to establish with you where the line is, other than using. I think I brought up the judge before. Like, there are things like whenever you walk into the courtroom, there are things that you would do normally in your life without necessarily any hesitation whatsoever that you just can't do with a judge. Not because the judge is special as a human being, not because he's a greater power or a genius or anything, just because he has the word judge before his name. That's why you have to do. So when he says stop talking, then you stop talking, or you're going to get in trouble. Now, as a Christian, I believe I have the responsibility, unless the thing I'm going to say directly relates to like good and evil, and I have to say it to be right, I have a responsibility to be quiet because he's the judge. If all I'm going to say is, I really like bananas, okay? Like, I might be saying something that's true, and I might really believe it, and I might really feel it, I might really think it's important, but he's the judge. So I have a responsibility to not talk about bananas until he says I can talk about bananas.
But isn't that just basic respect for the situation you're in, right?
It's not the same, because I will walk into my parents' house and talk about bananas if I want to. Okay, like, or I'll walk into my children's room and talk about bananas if I would walk into a school and talk about bananas if I wanted. Nobody, like, if it's not the same as anywhere else where I would go. I would talk about bananas and how much I like them just about anywhere. But when I walk into a court,
you're in a different situation, though, Bob. You're in a different situation, right? You've got to respect the situation that you are in, right? And I agree with that. I agree.
Oh, okay. Well, that's all the point is you're respecting the situation you're in. That's really all it is.
Yeah. But it's not necessarily showing that person more respect because
No, it is not showing that person. It's just showing the position. That's it. The position is what makes you in that situation. If the judge wasn't there, you wouldn't be in that situation.
Yeah, and the situation that you are in, right, has a figure that you're addressing. So you're still addressing the situation itself, and you show respect for that situation that you are in. Right?
So it could be that we're talking about words that we use.
Yeah.
Because I don't know that we necessarily disagree on the point. It could be that we're describing it differently. I don't think if the Queen tells you,
pretty much on the same tangent. To be quite honest with you, we're just probably coming from a different tact. I think.
What kind of tangent is that? No, I'm just kidding. Is that a horizontal tangent? No. I'm just messing with you. We don't need to talk about that.
That was a good discussion there, Bob. I enjoyed that one. Thank you.
Yeah, like I think I said this before too. Like when the apostles were brought in front of like there was one that was brought in front of the high priest, and basically the apostle said something like snarky or like smart alecky, okay, and then he was informed that he was speaking to the high priest, and he was like, "Oh, that's my bad. I didn't know he was the high priest." Okay, even though the apostle wasn't a Jew anymore, he was a Christian. Okay, even though he like the Jewish thing had been done away with by God, he still understood the situation he was in, and that person was to be respected.
Bob, do you know what an apostate is? What's an apostate?
What?
Look it up. What's an apostate?
Someone who is apostate is someone who has broken, from what I understand, broken off or gone away from.
Okay, cool. What's an apostle?
I don't know if I have looked at like a deep word dive or anything, but I can Google it for you.
Google it, man.
Any important early Christian teacher, especially Paul. Well, it says something.
Okay,
else
cool.
there.
So what's
The
an
first
apostate?
missionary.
An apostle. You have
One sent on a mission. There, that's it. That's what an
You
apostle
also
is.
have an
It's one sent on a mission.
possibility.
Nope.
You got all sorts of.
Nope.
Okay.
I just found it.
Nope.
It's someone who's sent on a mission. So a soldier can be an apostle of the United States Army if he's sent on a mission.
I don't know. What do you mean the United States Army? What are you talking about? I thought we were talking about God.
I mean exactly what I said. The United States Army. If the United States Army sent someone on a mission, that person is an apostle of the United States Army. They're on a mission.
Why are you? Okay. Well, that's not where the word came from. Just so you know, right?
I didn't say that's where it came from. I'm saying that's what it means.
That's right.
That's what it means. That's what you say. That's what it means. That's cool.
Yeah, that makes sense because they were apostles of Christ. They were sent on a mission by Christ. That all lines up. Yep.
What do you mean?
They were also ambassadors of
The
Christ.
United States military Marines were set out, and they're called apostles.
I don't know if people refer to them like that or not, but if they did, that would be linguistically accurate.
Yeah. Okay. You can think that. You know, but
I do think that.
yeah, but that's not actually true.
Oh, that's
Just
fine
so
if
you
you
know.
don't think so. If you disagree,
Just
I'm
so
okay
you know.
with that.
Just so you know, Bob.
I know that it's accurate, and that's fine enough for me.
Yeah. It was a great convo between you and Bance out there. I loved it. Yeah. And you were wrong on so many points, Bob.
If you think so, that's fine. I know that I wasn't.
Okay. So, do you understand what's meant by free will? Do you understand that? Obviously not.
We started having a similar conversation earlier, and I already have determined that you aren't actually looking for an honest, real, fruitful conversation in that on that particular topic. So, if you want to discuss something else, we can try.
What's
I'm not going to engage you on that.
What is the problem with my answer, right? I'm not actually looking for an answer from you, actually, Bob, right? It's a loaded question.
All right.
You know, what's the problem with my answer? Saying that if I have free will, why do I need a book to guide me? You know, if I have free will, why do I need a book? Why? I await your answer.
You said you weren't looking for an answer from me. You indicated you weren't trying to get one from me.
That's right. Because you can't answer it, Bob. It's okay.
That's fine.
You have free will. Exactly. Check your book. Check your book and get back to me later. Right?
No, I won't get back to you later.
Get back to your priest later. Get back to your priest. You know, check with them.
No. Wait, them? Who's?
Yeah, your authorities, right? Because you have
I don't-
authorities, apparently, right? You have authorities. I don't.
You haven't.
I don't have
read the
authority.
Bible.
If I'm given
Oh,
God's free will,
okay.
and
Aaron,
man,
Aaron, the Bible says that all Christians are priests, dude. I don't know
grace
if
with what?
Grace raised like
with
Catholic, where they that
what
only
is
special
grace?
priests can be priests.
What is grace?
That's not what the Bible
Tell
says.
me what grace is. What is grace?
I'm not gonna engage with you on that. But if you think that priests are
Damn it, Bob!
class
I
people,
wish
that's-
you would.
That's not how
You
it
tell me
works.
what grace is, right? How about honor, right? Holiness. Any more?
You've made it clear that you're not interested in having a fruitful, useful, beneficial conversation.
Maybe
on this
maybe
thing.
you don't fit the description. That's why I'm questioning
Maybe.
you.
Maybe
you don't
I
fit
don't.
the holy description. That's why.
But I'm okay with you thinking that. You've not demonstrated to me any reason that I should be concerned about you thinking that.
Exactly, because I'm no threat to you. Absolutely.
No, you're not.
And I never will be.
I shouldn't fear the one who can destroy my body. I should
Because
fear the one who
you
can
are
destroy my
man,
body and
you are
soul.
man, I am man, and I'll never be a threat to you. Unless you claim authority over me. Then I might have a threat. I might have a claim.
He still won't be a threat to me.
Okay.
Not really.
So you will never claim authority over me? Ever? Bob?
You will never really be a threat to me.
I'm cutting out or you're cutting out. Would you ever claim authority over me? Like tell me how to live?
You will
Tell
never
me how to
truly
put
be
my
a threat
pants
to me.
on? You know. Is it me cutting out or just Bob? I don't know.
It's just you, Aaron.
Shit. Okay. Should be better. So, Bob, could you ever claim authority over me? You?
I'm not going to engage you on that topic. I am not convinced that you are actually looking for any sort of a fruitful conversation.
Do you think any man could ever claim authority over me, God's creation, right? With free will? What do you think? Just tell me yes or no. Like, do you think any man, other man, can create authority over me, being that I'm God's creation with free will, right? If I give him a badge, maybe a fancy suit, right? Maybe a position, and maybe I even pay him. I'll even pay him to do it, right? I'll pay him to have authority over me. Is that God's creation for man? Why do I need a book to tell me how to be God's creation? Right? If I was granted free will, why do I need a book to tell me how to be God's creation? Right? So I'm granted free will. I'm ready to roam. I'm roaming everywhere. I'm roaming out, right? But then I have to go back to the book to tell me, oh, should I kill this man, my daughter? Like, should I? Oh no, I have to go back to the book, read it real quick. Just read it. Okay, chapter, and then go on and be like, nope, you're good. Yeah, God told me you're good, even though I have free will. This is funny shit. And I'm not denying the idea of what the Bible has taught us, all of us, right? The basically common sense, moral sense. Okay. But I don't need to be taught by some dude on the internet here about how I should be able to kill someone and then repent myself by saying that well the scripture says in Jeremiah 18:58, okay, you could kill somebody. No, hell no. do believe that we are the problem. When I say we, I mean me, my mom, my dad, my sister, my brother, you, your sister, your brother, all the fucking people who have adopted this ideology that they have to believe in an authority, right? You have to believe in one, right? No. It's fucking bullshit, bro. All of it. First of all, well, I'm in the U.S. You guys might be somewhere else. The U.S. was created, the states were created by a rebellion from an authority. Rebellion from the authority. And drawn up some sort of piece of paper, whatever it was, that said, oh, we have the right to do this, we have the right to do this, but we're going to create a government. We have to create a government, okay? Okay. That piece of paper only dictates foreign policy, not state or local. Only foreign policy, okay? To fight off the king, dude. Fight off France, fight off Spain. That's what it was created for, right? Not to be turned inwards and say, oh, now you have to have a vaccination, or you have to do this, you have to have health care, you have to pay tax, you have to... No. The federal government was never intended for that in American rhetoric, let's say. But if most of the people believe that it was intended for that, then here we go. Now we get where I'm at. My neighbor is my enemy, not the government. Fuck, they are my neighbor, right? They, legislators, they live in houses, they're just like me and you. It's like certain people want to elevate them to like they have their own fucking mansions in the sky. That's what they want. No, but they're actually real people, and they're voted for, and cycle in and out, all that shit, right? So my neighbor is my fucking enemy because they don't know. They have no idea what they're voting for, even if they vote or not. Voting is so stupid to begin with, but they do. That's the problem.
You need to pick better neighbours, Alan.
Say again, Benson.
I said you need to pick better neighbours.
You cut out. It's my end or your end?
It's definitely your end. I said you need to pick better neighbours.
I couldn't hear you, Benson. Why? Are they cutting us off here? I got full bars. All full bars.
I'm barred up right now.
Cut out. Ooh. That's what you sound like. Oh. Ooh.
It's definitely you.
Hold on. All right. I'm going to jump out and jump back in, okay?
Okay.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Oh, perfect. Yeah.
There you go. So it was you.
What happened?
I said, there you go. It was you.
Yeah. Well, a little bit. You broke up a tad, but yeah.
Okay. And I said, you need to pick better neighbours.
I need better neighbors. Exactly.
Yeah, you got the worst neighbors.
I don't want better neighbors, Spence, huh? Right? These
Why
people are
not?
all fucked up, dude.
I've got
Don't you
great
think?
neighbors. I've got great neighbors.
Me and you, even if we talk to our neighbors, can't affect a change. Even though you try. I've heard you on at a pub and everything, like, you know, flat smacking, whatever you call it, just earth smacking, whatever it is.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But these people still turn around and watch social media all day long, right?
Mm-hmm. So do you.
No. Well, actually,
Yeah, you
I
do.
do. Actually,
There
I
you
do.
go. So you're just as bad as your neighbour then. You're a bigger part of the problem is what your neighbour is.
I watch social media only for the laughs, right? Just to see what people are talking
So
about.
so now you're justifying your social media activity, right? Because you think that it has an innate purpose to it, right? Just for laughs. So it's okay that I watch social media because I'm just getting a laugh out of it, right? But it's not all right for your neighbour to watch it because they're not watching it for a laugh, maybe. I don't know. They may be watching it for a laugh. Who knows? I'm not your neighbour. So why is it okay for you to watch it and not your neighbour? Like what makes your watching of social media and interaction with social media innocent compared to anyone else's?
I couldn't hear you. I heard some of it, right? You know, why do I watch social media? Okay. Can you hear me at all? Or...
I can hear you now. Yeah, but you keep on breaking up.
I mean, I was running around, you know, putting my phone in there, trying to get you. But, you know, no satellites would connect.
Damn.
No, it's bad. There's a difference, though, in why I watch social media and those people watch social media. They're addicted to it, right? Okay. They take that as truth. They take it as you know, their daily compens, right? I don't. I take it as you know, what's happening today. Take it as a joke. Go out and do work. Fucking come back home. You know, I don't give a shit because it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. None of it. Right?
Are you not addicted to social media too?
Say again?
I said, are you not addicted to social media just as much as your neighbour?
I wouldn't say social. Well, yeah. If you say social media like YouTube's and you know, I can't put my phone down. Yeah. You know, just clicking left and right on YouTube's, who's who, what's what, you know.
So you're just as addicted as everyone else.
But I don't sit there and proclaim my truth though, right?
Don't you? What do you do on these forums? You proclaim your truths on these forums?
What do you mean my truth? What are you talking about?
Your truths, the way that you see things, your words.
You were so
you
good.
project.
Now you're broken up. You're broken up again.
Of course. Every time I've got a good point, I break up.
Okay, I'm back out right where I'm outside. It's like 32 fucking degrees, and I'm trying to listen to bandsaw because I found the perfect spot.
Oh, cry me a river. You're in 32 degrees.
No, 32 Fahrenheit. Okay, come on.
What's that? That's zero. That's freezing.
0
isn't it?
degrees. Exactly. It's freezing out here, motherfucker.
See, like 32 degrees here, mate. You're in your tank top and board shorts getting your suntan.
Damn it. You're breaking up again. God damn it. I always said it. Hold on. I'm going to go to the spot.
Aaron, flap your wings. Flap your wings.
We always had good luck right here. Okay.
It's right there. You need to mark that spot, Aaron. Put an X on the ground where that good spot is.
X marks the spot, right?
Exactly. Damn.
You know what's fucked up? Speaking about masks, right? They are COVID mandated, right? Medically mandated. All these masks, right? But you see them floating around on the ground. Right? People just throw them off, and they're floating.
There should be a hazmat team running around collecting
those
things.
A biohazard fucking suit should be picking those up. You know what I mean? Right?
What I love when I see people wearing masks, but they've just got it over their mouth and not over their nose, sort of thing. It's like, okay, that's doing you a lot of good.
It's doing me a lot of good, and plus, yeah. You're telling me to put a mask on while yours is down on your chin. I mean,
that's right. Yeah, as long as your beard is protected, all's good.
What a joke, dude.
Man, come January the 20th, man, mandated masks, right? You got to hand in your guns, right? You got to be locked in your homes. Damn. January 20th.
Did I tell you this last night about the guy named COVID? Did I tell you about that?
No, I wasn't here last night.
Okay. Well, are you on your computer real quick?
No, I'm on a computer, being my phone.
Okay, cool. Well, type in, it's called, oh, Jesus Christ! Now I gotta fucking
Where am I
remember.
typing it? Am I typing it on the YouTube?
No, it's a show. It's a show. It's a fabulous, wardrobe show called. It's called. What's that show called? In America.
How would I know? Am I in America?
Type in COVID space.
Yeah.
MASK.
Is it COVID Project Runaway Mask?
No, because you're going to see something.
Okay, hold on.
Oh, Project Runway. Project Runway is the show that it was on. This was almost 2 years ago, right?
Hold on.
So, Project Runway COVID, COVID. That's his name, dude.
So is this Project Runway predicted COVID in 2019?
I don't know, but just think about the implications of it, right? Okay. So, Project Runway, COVID, right? And there's a dude there, and his project was to create a head to toe, and he created. Look at what he created.
Yeah, he's got like a mask on, and it's all color coordinated.
Yeah. And his name is COVID, dude.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Like a tranny. He looks like a tranny.
Oh, dude, he's totally nasty. But the problem is COVID and mask, right?
Yeah. Damn.
It's weird. Right?
When was... That's crazy.
Motherfucker made it, dude. I don't know. What do they call that? Preconditioning or whatever you call it?
Yeah, that's like that Simpson type of stuff when they predict assassinations and domes and
Yep.
Kobe and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Fact is stranger than fiction. And with a name like COVID, that's
Dude.
his actual name. That's his name. Get the fuck out of town. What the fuck?
That's my only hang up, right? Like if a dude was named Gary and he made a mask, I
Gary
wouldn't worry
Summers
about
or something. It'd be like, oh yeah, okay, then you're kind of making it pretty. That's a pretty big stretch there. 'Cause his name's Gary Summers, but his name is COVID.
COVID. And his only goal for the show to win the show was to make a mask.
What is even worse, right? Right, Project Runway aired on March 28th, 2019. Designed by COVID.
Almost 2 years ago.
COVID-19.
Yeah.
Right there, 2019. COVID. Get the fuck out of town. Fact is stranger than fiction. It is seriously stranger than fiction.
That's the social media I watched because the guy presented that to me, right? Or a show, right?
Where'd you see that? So, what were you watching to see that?
Pockets of the Future. I sent you that link.
Oh, yeah.
Every day he just brings up fucking weird shit where people are sending him shit, and he just laughs about it and says, "Look at this, dude. COVID."
Well, you got to laugh about it, don't you? You really do.
So.
Yeah,
I'm definitely not a original. I didn't find that and dig for it and look for it at all. It was presented to me, and so I'll present it to you.
What baffles me, well, it actually doesn't baffle me, but I am amazed how these people have unlimited time to scour the interwebs, and they piece together all this stuff, right? Bit by bit. I find it amazing, actually. Like, I don't have the time to do that sort of stuff, but damn. Someone will go, you know what? I saw something that sort of thing. It's just like, what? It's crazy.
It is, man. and it's so, how do you say? I don't want to say annoying, but like
it's annoying, but it's actually fascinating. When you've seen these people that do this stuff, Aaron, and they just scour the newspapers and interwebs and social media, all that sort of stuff, right? You know what it reminds me of? Like, seriously, when you've seen the movies, right, and they'll come across some person or they'll raid some person's house and they'll go into the basement and every single wall-to-wall ceilings, all these pictures and you got all these pins and bits of string connecting this to that and that to all these conspiracy kind of people. The image I'm trying to paint there. Right? That's what it reminds me of. But this is like, it's like you didn't just coincidentally like come across it. It's like there is so much of this stuff and they just put it out there.
Well, we were pre-programmed with that with Beautiful Mind. Remember that with what's his nuts?
Was it Russell Crowe or was it
Russell Crowe?
Yeah.
Remember Beautiful Mind, where he was just lost in all reality. He didn't know what was happening.
Yeah.
Right? We were pre-programmed with that idea that could happen, right? And now we're seeing that it does happen, apparently. Like, every time I wake up, I'm like, I might have a dream about something, right? And I wake up and I check my phone, and it's there. I'm like, what?
The hell, yeah.
Fucking A, dude. You gotta be kidding me. Not that I care about it, because I get up, throw my phone down, take a shower, go to work, right? Don't touch my phone the whole fucking day. But then I get back home and talk to you guys.
Man, I can't wait to be sitting on the beach.
Just throw our fucking black screens away, dude.
No, I'm gonna take my black screen down to the beach and I'm gonna fucking stream.
That's
Right,
right.
and I'm gonna have those
Stream it,
beautiful.
exactly.
I'm gonna stream those waves
24
just roll in,
24 hour stream.
and I'm gonna be sitting on the beach, and you guys will be still stuck in your little black screens. I'll be on the beach watching my little black screen, streaming the beach.
Exactly. That's awesome. That's fucking awesome.
And I actually just ordered on eBay a dingle dongle so I can stream from the beach. So I just ordered one.
You got a dingle dongle? One of those?
Yeah, I ordered a dingle dongle.
From China? Oh no.
Of course! My God, where else would I get it? China has the best.
Well, you should at least buy 3 of them, because the first one won't work, the second one might work, but the third one, you get a good chance.
Exactly. I'm going to update all my delivery addresses when I move so I can get all my trinkets, get all my stuff.
You're breaking up again, man. You sounded so good.
It's definitely you. You moved.
It's not me. I did not move, dude.
Did you move from the X? I bet you moved from the X.
I did not take one step.
You did, because you're freezing your ass off, so I know you took a step.
No. I'm in my little shed that has a heater. Right. Okay. We're good.
Oh, how can it be bloody 32 degrees if you're in your heater?
It's 32 outside.
Well, what were you complaining about it being 32 outside for? You're not outside.
It's 80 degrees in my little shed.
Oh, damn,
just so you know.
Like, what the hell? You're in paradise.
Fucking warm in here.
Yeah, Pockets of the Future. He's actually got a pretty small channel for some of the stuff, some of the content he's got.
Say again?
I said Pockets has a fairly small channel compared for the content that he's got. He's got some pretty crazy content on his channel.
Yeah, I just like the way he presents. It's up to you, right? It's so hard to, advise a channel to somebody because you might not like the way he presents, But I just like it. He just makes fun of it.
No way. I couldn't make a channel. I just sound like a dopey, drunken Aussie all the time. People always think I'm drunk, Aaron. I'm shit you not. They always think I'm drunk, and I fucking hardly ever drink.
I have 3. What do you call them? Camera phones. What do you call them? The not iPods. The God damn it, GoPros. Got 3 GoPros, a Hero 7, 2 Hero 7s, and 1 Hero 8.
Okay.
And I'm like, I would like to record what I do, just moving dirt, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's hard, right? It's hard to do. You gotta have a battery pack. You gotta have all these cables. You have to fucking do all this shit.
Why? Why can't you just have a hard drive and a battery pack, and then just put it on your arm of your digger and just go, just record it, and then you just upload it?
All right, I'm gonna do it.
Or you could do one of those live streamings, 24/7.
I have 3 of them. How am I gonna power 3 of them? I bought all the cameras. I bought all the power packs. I bought all the wires.
Just hook them up to the bloody
magnetics. Yeah, I bought the magnet mount.
Yeah, enough. You just hook them up to the bloody battery of your digger. There's your power source right there.
Let's just say I'm lazy, right, Benzo?
Well, yeah, okay, then 100% you're lazy.
Yeah. Or I'm scared to think if I did record something, what people would think, right?
Man, you have people that put a GoPro in the front of a train, and the train will bloody well toot for 20,000 kilometres, and people just watch this stuff.
You're cutting out. I did not hear one word you said.
I said people put GoPros in the front of trains. All right?
Yeah.
and they just stream the train trip for the whole journey. And people will just sit down and just have it in the background, just watching it, just in case the train hits a moose or a bear or a kangaroo.
Or anything.
Because you've got to keep on watching, just in case. Because as soon as you turn away, that's when the train hits a kangaroo or a person. Because I think people are really waiting for that train to hit a person. Actually, that's what they're really waiting for. Deep down, it's like, is a person going to jump in front of this train?
Are you sure you aren't just projecting, Bandsaw?
Maybe, maybe, Bob.
Hold on.
Okay, it might be a fetish of mine, deep down, to see that.
No, I'm gonna find you the best train video ever. This one. I'll put it into general. Okay. Right there. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna share it. Share. I want to put it in general. Copy link. You're talking about train rides, right, Bandsaw?
Mm-hmm. Yep, I am.
This one is funny. It's actually fun. Not funny, fun. Okay, go.
North Pole. North Pole.
With
Get
live
at
chat.
it.
Yeah, right. It's the most boring train ride ever because there is no train to the North Pole.
Mm-hmm. Toot toot. Boom. How many views has it got? That'd be interesting.
Must be a lot.
It's got one more now, you bastard, Aaron. You're giving it one more.
Train ride to the North Pole. I was searching some shit, right? You know, obviously now you know what I search, right?
Get out of town. There's actually 900 people watching it now.
Or live,
no way.
Live vids. Yeah.
No way.
It was live when I watched it 2 days ago. Yeah, it was still live.
Damn.
That's why I clicked on it. Yeah, I was like, "What? No way!" There you go. There you got a live fucking ride to the fucking Santa Claus, right?
Mm-hmm. Damn.
It's just funny. Go back. Go back here. There we are. Okay.
Oh, the Texas mayor says to all Texanians, if that's what a Texan is called, or all Texans, stay home to beat COVID. Stay.
No. Who said that?
Yes.
Just now?
Right. The Texas mayor tells his citizens, stay home. All right.
What's his name? What's his nuts?
Is that Steve Adler?
No, it's not Steve. It's some other stupid name. No,
Austin Mayor Steve Adler told fellow Texans they need to stay home or face new lockdowns.
He might be a governor. Yeah, governor. Yeah.
It says mayor.
Or mayor. Isn't the mayor a fucking kind of judge though?
How would I know? Mayor? You're the one in Texas, not me.
I don't know. Anyways, it's all bullshit. Right.
It's not. I'm reading it. It's not bullshit. It's got to be true.
Ted Cruz. Ted Cruz is our representative.
Yeah, he's your representative,
not mine,
right? But
the-
he's not the mayor.
No.
We
Ted
need to
Cruz.
stay home. This is not the time to relax. We are going to be looking really closely. We may have to close things down if we are not careful.
Oh no.
Boom.
Oh no.
That's what he's saying.
Oh no.
That's what he's saying.
We're gonna see tomorrow a riot on the city hall. Right?
I regret, he's saying, my fear is that travel, even happening during a safer period, could be used by some as justification for risky behaviour.
Well,
In
why does
hindsight-
the mayor have a right to tell people who pay for his salary and pay for his fucking building and pay for everything that he does to live his life, right? His house, his car, the people that pay. Why does he think he has the right to tell those people that pay for everything what to do?
Because he's the boss.
Oh, okay. I got it.
He's the boss.
That's right. That's right. So we pay for the boss.
Oh, damn. New York bar owner who declared his tavern an autonomous zone, defying COVID-19 orders, is arrested for serving customers.
Yeah, I heard that.
Damn. Courtesy of Governor Cuomo.
All that's going to happen, though, Bandsaw, is all the people, actually the normal people, are locked and loaded. We're just waiting to see who's going to be president first, right? That's what they are doing. Not me, but they.
Ah, you've already got your president.
No.
Coming.
See, they're just still standing back, just waiting. And then if any
Waiting for
fucking
what?
any mayor tries to tell
You're
us what to do
waiting
with our
for
property,
January the 20th.
it won't happen. It just
Oh,
won't
you're
happen.
waiting for January 20th so you can take the knee, bow your head a little bit more, put on the mask, hand over your guns, and get locked in your homes. That's what you're waiting for.
It won't happen.
It will happen. Mark my words. You heard it here second.
Okay,
All right?
okay.
That's
All right.
That's what's going to happen.
You're right. I shouldn't make
No.
such claims. You're right.
Yeah, and you will take the knee. All right.
Bend the knee.
You will. You'll take it. All right.
I hate you because you're probably right. Actually, not probably right. You've always been right. Fuck.
I have. Exactly. What can I say? It's just.
Well, you know
it
what?
is.
I won't do it. How about that? Everybody else might do it, but a lot of folks won't do it. So maybe you're 49% right. Should we take a vote on that? Or you got 51%, 49%?
I hope they allow you to have your little iPhone 11 when you're in that little 6x4 cell locked up, right, in a straitjacket, and they won't be putting a spit mask on you. They'll be putting a little mask on you to make you comply.
What? So graphic. Why? Why are you so graphic?
What do you mean so graphic?
Well, you just CGI'd it for me. I was like, wow, I've been in one of those cells with a spit mask. Fucking A. Jesus Christ. I'm not going to tell you the situation, but yeah, I've been there. God damn it.
Damn.
Actually, I haven't, but, seen people. I had domestic violence when I was 17. And this is the biggest thing on my record, right? When I was 17, my lady who was also 17 was just a nasty lady, right? Just a bitch, right? She was fucking other people. I went to the party she was at. I went and tried tell her, come home, come home, come home, you know. And she goes, fuck you, and punched me out. And I fucking grabbed her, put her on the ground, and said, don't punch me. You know, like the cops were called and all this fucking bullshit. But, you know, of course, I got charged for, you know, being domestic.
What did you get put on? A bond? Good behavior? What did you do, time?
No, she actually wrote a letter to the judge saying that she was at fault. Everything was, you know, she wrote the truth, kind of like, you know, Aaron did not punch me. I attacked him, right? And she entered that into the court. The court said, disregard. Throw that out. Because we want to charge this guy with the DV, right? Domestic violence. We want to charge him with DV, yeah. Spent 45 days in jail. Yeah, spent 45 days in jail just for nothing. And
did you really? A month and a half?
Huh?
You spent a month and a half in jail?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, it's stupid, man. I mean, for nothing, actually. You know, lost my job, lost, you know, couldn't pay rent, couldn't pay all the shit, lost my house. 45 days is a lot, dude.
Damn right. Did you have a nice cellmate? Big Bubba?
Say again?
Was Big Bubba your cellmate?
No, I had a skinny guy, but a black guy, but like me. And he actually taught me a good thing. He's like, start working out, dude. Just start working out. You know, he's doing push-ups and shit. And I was like, that's not bad. Why not? What else are you doing here?
Yeah, what else are you going to do to pass the time? You got nothing to do but bloody push-ups and sit-ups.
Exactly.
Like,
yeah. He was a cool guy. He was in there for like, you know, maybe, I can't remember, but something very small crime, you know, not...
So the good way to beat the world's obesity would to be put all fat people in jail for stinking time.
Exactly. 6 months, dude. Yeah.
Exactly. There you go.
Yeah. Give them like shit books to read, so you can't read good books, just shit books.
That's
so
right.
they'll be like, they'll throw the books down and just start doing push-ups.
Now that'd be a cool reality show. The Biggest Loser in jail.
Oh. Yeah. But it was a good experience, man. Like I told you, it was years ago.
Yeah. Did you get a permanent record because of it, Aaron? Or was it squash?
It's always on your... anything you do is always on your record.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter, right? They say, oh, your criminal record, your civil record is, you know, quashed or squashed.
Yeah.
No. They can always look it up, right? When they pull you over, run your fucking number, whatever it is, driver's license, identification, address, whatever. Any fucking number you give them, dude, they'll fucking look it up.
But obviously, it didn't affect you as far as like traveling or anything like that was concerned when you were applying for visas and stuff like that.
No, because that's a federal thing, actually. Yeah. So when I went to China, right, I applied for a federal passport. You know, a U.S. passport.
Yeah.
And they don't look up local and state except for major felonies, right? Major crimes, like high crimes. Like that, like murder, you know, grand theft auto, shit like that. So the feds don't look that up. So that's the only ID that I actually hold to this day is my passport because
okay,
yeah, because the feds say I'm squeaky clean.
Happy days. That's what you need.
That's right.
If they only knew.
Mm-hmm. I know. If I get carded at a store or something, I just flip out my passport and be like, you know, open up the first page, says my date and birthday, whatever the fuck these people want, right? They want your age, date, birth date, and all this shit.
Yeah.
Here's my fucking passport, dude.
So do you actually take your passport around as a form of ID? Yeah.
Say again? Say again?
Do you actually carry your passport around as a form of ID?
In my truck, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Just in case, and it's actually for the benefit of my wife, right? Because I don't have a state ID or a state license. So if I get pulled over, you know, I want at least someone to know where I'm at. You know, where I'm being taken.
So if so you get pulled over, for argument's sake, you're speeding, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you don't have a license. So are you getting tickets for both speeding and driving while unlicensed? Is that what happens?
Yeah. I'll be taken straight to jail for no paperwork, right? No license.
Mm-hmm.
You know, operating on the road without proper paperwork, blah 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 blah.
Mm-hmm.
Bullshit. Even though it wasn't even causing a problem, right? It didn't cause an accident, didn't cause anything.
Yeah.
It's just if a cop pulls behind you, wants to pull you over. Okay, cool.
So how's so obviously I know your take on all that sort of stuff. How's Meow think of that?
She hates it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Does she
wants
you
me
to go get a license so you don't get hassled and all that sort of stuff? Yeah.
Yeah. Or if I do get hassled, I have a license. I don't get a license, so I don't get hassled. It's because I get hassled, then I have a license.
So why not just do it, Aaron? Why not just do it?
Because if you comply with the system, you perpetuate the system. You know?
Yeah, but then you make Meow unhappy.
I'm willing to live the life here that I have, right?
Yeah.
And not comply, even though I'm not going to break the laws. I'm not going to drive crazy and be all fucked up, you know, and drive all around and do all weird shit. Okay?
Yeah.
I'm going to be the most safe driver ever because I don't have the paper, right? Really. And I'm towing big truck in my machine. I'm actually being the most safe driver ever. I'm watching everything. I'm more cognizant, right? I don't have insurance and all this shit, right? But I'm the most cognizant driver ever. You know, it makes you that kind of driver or somebody who's traveling down the road, right? You know, the guy behind me doesn't even know if I hit my brakes. I can see him. It takes him like 20 seconds for him to like, oh shit, that guy hit his brakes. You know, like what?
But what about then? Because obviously that causes Meow a little bit of trauma, right? If you're in that situation, I don't know if you've been in that situation with her, but potentially I could see it causing a little bit of
she hates
trauma,
it.
right? Yeah. Okay, she hates it. So then, so obviously you want to have little Meows and Aarons, right? So then putting them through that kind of trauma, does that not enter your mind a little bit? Like, because it's not a good thing, really, to, because kids are young and all that. You see where I'm coming from there? Like, wouldn't you want to avoid that?
I get you, but why would you want to raise a kid in a society that is totally backwards, right? You know.
Well, I'm not saying
and I'm not discounting what you've done at all. I'm just saying.
No.
Why would you promote me? Why would you promote me to raise a kid that's gonna grow up in a backward society? Like everything they learn is backwards. You know, love is fear, hate is, you know, like. Why would you do that?
Well, if you're not going to be able to change society, why not make a better one with your own kids?
Why don't you do that, Bob? Why don't you do that first?
I have plenty of kids. Well, not plenty. Okay. I want more, but
I'm having
Bob
wants 5 million kids. Guys, baby make
that would be probably really hard to do properly. So I won't say 5 million, but a lot more would be great.
So you're teaching your kids not to go to public school, right? Don't go to public school. You talking
that
about
depends on what you mean by
9/11? You
teaching
talking
them
about
to not go to. They don't go to public school, and I will tell them not to send their children to public school, basically. But I don't know if that counts as teaching them not to go to public school.
Okay.
No, they just don't go to public school.
You're
not teaching them that.
Okay, whatever school
mean-
they go to, Bob, do you have to pay tax to that school at all?
No. Does anyone pay taxes to school?
Do you pay property tax, Bob?
No.
Oh, you don't? Oh, that's right. You live at home. Do your parents pay property tax?
Wait, do you not live at home?
No, I don't.
You don't live in your home?
I don't live at my mom's house. No.
Well, that's not what you said, though. You said you live at home. Yeah, I live at home. What else would you expect from a human being but to live at home?
I'm not discounting you however you live. I'm just saying that there is no such thing as public or private school in this administration. You cannot do it. Okay? Even all
Hansa, do you live at home?
even all churches are not.
I live at
free,
home.
Right?
Yeah.
They're
I live at home.
Of course you do.
I'm pretty sure Bob lives at
Kind
home
of the
too.
Okay, so you guys think you're free. Okay. Right? You think you're free,
Well-
right?
Oh, man.
Banza, do you think you're free? Answer the
Do you
question.
know a lot of
100%
people
I'm
don't live
free.
at home?
100% I'm free. I am like the freest person I know.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't know a lot of people, granted.
Why would you?
I
think,
also happen to be my own grandpa and my own best friend.
why would you think, Bento, you're the most free person that you know? Why would you think that?
Why would I think that?
Yeah.
I don't know what the chemistry makeup of my brain makes me think the way I do. I
So
don't know,
every action you've ever taken in your whole life leads you to believe that you're the most free person in the world?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Cool.
Yep.
So
Yep.
so every action you've ever taken in your life
Yep.
shows you're the freest person, or you just believe it?
Oh no, it shows that I'm the freest person.
Okay, cool. So every license and every permission you've had from the government, every obligation that you have towards the government, all this stuff shows that you're free.
Yep.
Maybe he even has a signed note from the government saying he's free. What do you think of that?
Whoa! Actually, I'm gonna Google that, see if I can get one of those.
There you go. Get the government to give you a piece of paper that says you are free.
Yeah, have you gotten that piece of paper yet?
Well, no, I didn't know I could get one, but I'm looking into it.
Oh, because you want one? Or I thought you were free. Do you want one?
100% I'm free, but if I've got a bit of paper that says I'm free, that kind of
Oh,
just
I mean,
confirms
think
that
about
I'm
it.
free.
How about a
Yeah.
piece
The
of paper?
people that go to college, they know this stuff
how about
before
all
they
the
get their
pieces of
diploma,
paper?
right?
How about all the
The
pieces of
diploma's
paper
just
that you
for like
carry in
bragging
your...
rights or
How
whatever,
about all
maybe.
the pieces of paper that you carry in your house?
Maybe
you and
not.
Bob, you carry in your house and on your person that say you're not free, even though it doesn't say you are free or we are God or nothing. But all those fucking pieces of paper that you carry, either at your residence or whatever it is, you collect mail or you have in your pocket. Hello, that say you're not free. It says you're not free.
What bits of paper? What bits of paper say that I'm not free? Hold on. Hold on.
Let me tell you.
No. I'm pulling out a bit of paper now.
Nah,
I'm pulling
he's
out
just
my
wrong.
license.
That's okay.
I'm
Get a
pulling
piece
out
of
my
paper.
license.
Pretty sure, maybe.
Now, my license. All right. This is what. Okay, this is verbatim, Aaron. This is verbatim. All right. Heavy vehicle driver's license, Victoria, Australia, and my name and my address, my license number, license type, car, truck,
your license
my
what?
signature, right? And on the back, hold
Heavy
on,
truck.
It's got really small writing, right? That says here a fixed change of address label here.
Heavy
And
truck. Are you
yes.
truckist?
Yeah, I'm a truckist.
Let me
I'm a
ask
truck-
you this.
Are you
nowhere
discriminatory
on this bit of
against
paper-
trucks of all shapes and sizes?
Exactly.
Pervert.
I know. Now, nowhere on this bit of paper that I have does it say that I'm not free.
Why do you hold it then?
It's actually got a really cool picture of me when I was a lot younger.
Why do you hold
Right.
it?
So I can
If
show
that's
people
not-
what I
if-
used
if
to look
that
like.
if that one thing is not what makes you free, why do you hold it? Why does Bob hold it? Why do all people
Why?
hold that?
Why?
Hey, Aaron, do you wear pants?
Exactly.
Bob.
Like I feel naked.
Pants
wear
are not authorized by the government.
Do you wear
okay?
pants? Why do you wear pants if
Pants
you're
are not
free, man?
authorized by the government.
do you wear
I
pants?
don't wear pants. Just so you know, I don't wear pants.
You
Okay,
don't-
no,
you don't wear
I
pants.
don't wear pants,
Because
Bob. Okay.
as a free man, right, as the most freest man that I know, right, I decided that, you know what, I'm going to get this license, right?
Why do you
So I can-
hold it?
right?
Why do you
I'm-
hold
I'm
it if you're free?
I'm telling you, Aaron.
It's
I'm telling
useful.
you.
That's why you wear
I'm
pants
telling
too.
you,
Pretty
right?
sure.
I'm telling you, Aaron. Right? I'm explaining the situation. Right? As the most freest
not.
person I know. Right? I hold this bit of paper that says that that I can drive a truck and I can drive a car. Right? And right
gives you permission.
And if I've got this bit of paper, right, in my hands, right,
That gives
when I'm
you
driving
permission.
these things, then my children don't get traumatized through a situation where I get pulled over, right, for not having this bit of paper.
I get it. So you're part of the problem, Benzo.
No, I'm
problem.
free.
Yes,
I'm so
you are.
free. It's unbelievable, Aaron. It's unbelievable. I'm so free, right? And then I can walk around going, "Whew, I don't have that weight on my shoulders, right? Because that's a burden to bear, right? Because I don't want to traumatize my children.
It
I've got
is.
like
You don't. You don't want the red and blues after you all the time, right? You know.
I don't want anything after me because I'm free, right? I'm free, so I don't really want anything after me because I'm free.
I want your kind of freedom, Benzo. I want
You
that.
come here, mate. You can revel in it. It's beautiful.
How do I
It's
get
beautiful.
it? How do I get it? Where do I go to get this?
Well, okay. I tell you what, all right? A plane ticket, all right? All right, and I'll give you the longitude and the latitude. Land here, and boom! As soon as you get off the plane and you get to this X where I am, you too will experience the freedom of a free man.
Ultimate freedom. Absolutely.
You will. You will.
I love that. In the meantime, I'm gonna have to get permission from your government to, rent a car and travel to Bansaw's house, even though I'm not engaged in commerce or engaged in any trafficking type of thing. I'm just moving. I'm moving myself,
I'm going to give you a hot tip, Aaron. I'm going to give you a hot tip, right? When you come here as a free man, right, you're going to have to do one of a few things: catch a train, catch a bus, or hitchhike. Because you won't be allowed to get a car or hire a car, right?
You're
They won't
not
let you do
allowed.
it. Yeah,
You're
right.
not
They won't
allowed.
let you do it.
I hear you.
But as a
Benzo.
free man that possesses that little bit of paper, right?
Yeah.
There's so many things you can do.
I hear you loud and clear. I get what you're getting at. I get what you're getting at, and I love it.
Yeah.
I'm so free. Fuck it.
I don't particularly want to spend days away from my children because I'm a free man that makes a stupid choice.
Yeah.
Really.
Ignorant, though. Ignorant choice. You didn't
That's all
know.
right.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
Nobody
Yeah.
knew.
Well, but, I've been accused of worse. Ignorance isn't the worst of them.
The best part is, though, is that we realized it, right? We somehow looked at our own fucking life, and said, there's something wrong, right? And you turned around, you're like, I gotta look into this shit. And then it was just an explosion of, truth, conspiracy after conspiracy after conspiracy after conspiracy. You're like, that makes sense, dude. It makes sense. Total sense.
I like tacos.
Kebabs are
Me
better.
too. I love salsa.
Oh, man. Nothing like a fine woman when you're doing the salsa.
What are you talking about?
Bandsaw dancing?
I love dancing, man. I love it.
I'm not a dancer.
That's not the good kind of salsa.
I'm not a dancer.
Get your mojo on. You get your mojo on when you're in
the good kind of salsa
jig.
with the chips and maybe some queso.
And a good session with Mario Kart.
Yeah.
There we go.
Now you're speaking my language. Hey, now listen, I don't know how you run things over there in upside down land. Around these parts, we don't just be joking about Mario Kart. You understand me? No.
Oh, them's are fighting words.
Mario Kart is real life, son.
Check this out. My boy's building me a computer, right? And apparently this computer will be able to hack NASA, right? It's got so many lights and bells and whistles on it. It blows my
Is it a tower computer? Like a tower?
Yeah. Man, this is hardcore. This is hardcore hacking power. I shit you not, right? Right? So all the bits and pieces have been coming in from China.
Motherboard. He's bringing in.
Anyway, check this out, right? So I've got the CPU, I've got the power supply, I've got RAM sticks and ROM sticks and up sticks and all these sticks, right?
No. Pretty sure
hard drive. You're gonna have the hard drive.
Reservation or something there, maybe.
2 or 3 hard drives.
Anyway, I'm just waiting. But here's the thing. Oh, I've got SSD cards and I've got hard drives, I've got soft drives, I've got fucking everything, right? Anyway, so I'm waiting for my motherboard, right? I'm just waiting for the motherboard.
Video cards, audio cards.
And basically I was just the bankroll for it. I gave the money to my son and he's ordered everything. And I say to Mikey, hey Mikey, where's my motherboard? Right? I've got all these other bits and pieces, and he goes, oh Dad, I'll just go onto the tracker and I'll track it. Right? And he jumps on his thing and he goes, oh, Dad, I've got to go and check it on my computer. I go, what are you going to check it on your computer for? I said, your phone's got more computing power than your computer. I check it now. No, Dad, I've got to go to my room, right? So I follow him down to his room and he's on his bloody computer trying to find it. Right? And then I go, Mikey, where's my fucking motherboard, dude?
Yeah.
Right? And he's just got this sheepish look on his face and he dares not make eye contact with me. It was the funniest thing, right? And I go, Mikey, where is my motherboard? Right?
I
forgot to order the motherboard.
Exactly. You're kicking over the tower going, hey, hey man, where's the motherboard?
But you know what? There's another funny story to it too. Like when we were ordering
What's your
all the
boy's
bits-
name? Maddie or
No, Mikey. Anyway, yeah. So then, when we were first ordering it, he's worked out all the bits and pieces, the soft drives and the hard drives and the up to use and the CPUs and all these other bits and pieces and he's got this list of components, right? And he adds it all up, right? And it comes to I don't know, whatever it was, $1,600 or whatever the price was, right? And so I transfer $1,600 into his account so he can order all the bits and pieces, right?
Yeah.
So he's ordering some from this place and some from that place and some to the other place. And it comes up to the last component and he presses place order and it won't accept the order. It says insufficient funds in his account, right? And I go, what do you mean you got insufficient funds, buddy? And once again, he's got this sheepish look on his face and he says, Dad, I didn't allow for the conversion. So I'm that far in the hole, I've got to hand over more money. It was, oh, bless his soul, man. Bless his soul. Oh, it was funny, guys.
You cut out a bit. What did Mikey say? He goes, Dad, what?
He needed more money from me, right? And he goes, but Dad, I forgot the conversion currency. So, yeah.
Say again, you cut out. Maybe it's
Oh
me.
man,
It's
I
not
can't
me.
say
I
the
think it's
story.
you.
Bob,
God damn
did
it.
you hear what I said?
Okay,
I heard it. Yes,
I get Mikey's.
Yeah.
I get Mikey's point of view. I love it. That's fucking awesome.
I was on a
Like
roll.
Dad,
I was on a roll,
Dad.
Aaron. I can't be getting back onto that roll because it's
Sorry,
kind of
dude.
missed
Hey,
the point now.
it's not my fault that your son is cutting out your internet right now. Okay. That's
Well,
what's happening.
we have just established it's all you.
Maybe Mikey's fucking hacked into your internet and he's got full priority, you know? Who knows?
Yes. Man, he's a master hacker. He does all that Linux and C++ and Python and all that sort of stuff. The guy's a genius, man. 16 and he writes his own code and stuff. He's pretty switched on.
Well, you know this. Tell him he's awesome, of course, you know. But always keep an eye on what he's doing, because it can lead to, boredom and, he'll lock himself in his own room for a long time and just do this shit forever and ever and ever.
No. We get it in the garage,
outside,
mate.
Yeah, that's right. He goes outside,
Doesn't
he goes
happen.
shooting, he chases kangaroos, right? That's what kids do, you know.
No, we make knives and stuff in the forge. We do real men stuff.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, so he's far from bored.
So he can make you a website. Unhackable.
Right. Exactly.
That's awesome.
Right? While he's making me a website, right, which is unhackable, he'll be hacking NASA with the other hand.
Exactly. With the blunt end of the knife, apparently, right?
Yeah. But yes, but we're perfecting our pitchfork forging techniques for the next civil war here in Australia.
Yeah, you guys are owed one, right? You deserve one.
I feel like Australia's kind of been ripped off a little bit because we haven't had a decent civil war.
Well, what would you guys think? You and all your experience with Australians, if the government said, "Okay, everything's fine. Yeah, we got a lockdown on the virus. It's over here in the hospital. Everything's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody just go back to normal."
Mm-hmm. What would I think?
Yeah, what would you guys think?
What do you mean? That's what they've told us now. That's what they told us.
Yeah, but
we defeated COVIDs. We wiped it out. I told you that.
Yeah, but you're not able to just... You know what I mean, right? So these governments, right, that are projecting
We've had
this
no
idea.
cases. in 28 days and no
I know.
deaths.
I know.
Right? We have defeated it, right? The only place COVID that exists now is in a test tube, right? That's the only place it is, right? We've got it in lockdown.
Mm. So you're free to walk about and go shopping and do what you want?
Yeah. Did I
Well,
not
that's
show
good.
you my live feed the other day, Aaron, when I was driving on the road? I've got road rage like there's no tomorrow. I hate this COVID-free world where people are allowed out on the streets because they can drive on the roads and they get in my way when I'm driving, right? They congest the roads. I hate it.
I know.
Bring back COVID.
So, but the rest of the world is getting on lockdown now. Like you were just saying about the USA is getting the highest cases ever for one day ever.
Yeah,
right?
but Biden,
I think
don't worry.
England's on tier 3.
Don't worry. Biden will fix it, right? And Bojo, he'll fix it. Everyone's going on lockdown. Everyone's getting put in jail, right?
Mhm.
Don't worry.
Yeah.
You too will have the freedom of what we have, Aaron. You just have to take the knee, bow the head, and you too will have freedom.
Yeah, I'm not buying it.
Apparently. Yeah, neither the fuck do I. But anyway.
Actually, it doesn't matter if I buy it or not. I'm just not buying it. You know, it'll be presented to me, right?
Well, if it comes from China, I'll probably buy it.
Exactly. Bandy, I have to go. Okay.
Go make some babies.
I know you keep telling me that she's not home yet. Damn it.
Well, then go get ready.
Okay.
Go warm yourself up.
Oh, that's a good idea because it is 32 degrees out here. It's fucking freezing as shit.
Wow.
Holy shit.
Warm.
I'm
Get
gonna
that
go
bed
warm.
all nice and warm.
There you go. I'm gonna go warm up the bed and
put some rose
So when
petals.
the lady walks in, she has tomorrow off. That's pretty cool, right? I have tomorrow off.
You need to go out and pick some daisies and sprinkle those little petals and make like a little track leading up to the bed. All right? Boom.
I can't hear you. Well,
Of course you can't.
You were duck quacking. I couldn't hear you.
Mm-hmm. All right, buddy. Have a safe one.
Okay. All right. Good night. I'll see you tomorrow or talk to you next time. Okay, buddy?
Yeah, too easy, man. Ciao.
Good night. Okay. Love you, man. Later.
Yeah.